Anthony are no strangers to scandal. Opie and Anthony on satellite radio.
Apparently, Opie and Anthony are dicks.
Oh, here they go again.
Fun, dopey radio show. Not just any radio show. A radio show that inspires beyond your wildest dreams.
The show was a lot funnier on NEW.
The show's hosts, Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie Hughes.
Controversial team.
6 years without getting fired, a new record for us.
It's just astounding to me. I didn't want to say it's racist, but goddamn.
This show will rock as best as we could possibly do this radio show.
I'm gonna go home and whack to a tranny later. There you go, all right?
God, we just lost our demo, man. What's wrong with you?
Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
The Opie and Anthony Show, the most popular show in the history of satellite radio.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on.
Yeah, let's do this, huh? We almost lost Leo.
What happened?
We almost lost Leo DiCaprio.
I just saw like a quick plane thing. What happened?
Well, they teased it all last night, and I was like, fuck this. I'm going to bed. What Hollywood superstar was on that Delta plane that almost sort of crashed if another engine went out?
Right.
And then I was like, whatever. The plane didn't crash, so this is a non-story. But now they're rolling with it. That Leo DiCaprio was on this Delta flight.
Oh, Leo was on it, huh?
Out of New York City, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Lost an engine. And the pilot smooth as silk.
Oh, yeah, the pilot was just like, bah.
Asking a few questions, saying, we need to turn around. And then the tower's going, hey, JetBlue, you see anything happening with that Delta flight? And JetBlue's like, yeah, a little spark or something, a little flame.
Bah.
And then the Delta guy gets back on and said, we lost an engine.
And the other guy,
all the smoothest shit.
JetBlue, you see anything there? Yeah, there's a little spark in the engine, and I think I see Leo DiCaprio in the window. Boy, what a handsome man.
Anyone else would be screaming their asses off.
Oh, I know. It's fucking
not the pilots, though.
Smooth.
I think those guys secretly want to go down.
You think so?
In a blaze of glory. I really do.
Or maybe they want to be the next Sully.
I think they're hoping to be the next Sully. But you know what's going to happen? I live in that area. I know for a fact that I'm going to see another fucking Sully situation that is just going to be a pinwheeling plane down the Hudson River with people just flying out of the plane.
Flaming cartwheel.
That's how it always happens. I will guarantee that there'll be another Sully type of situation that ends horribly bad. And it'll be right in the same area, too. Like, if Sully could do it, we could do it. You know that's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll just land in the river. This is great.
Yeah.
It's a little choppy today.
Oh, boy. Yeah, one chop and that plane comes apart.
It comes apart. Yeah, everybody forgets it was smooth as glass.
Sure.
The river that day.
It had to be, because if any of those people fell in the water, they would have been, they would have been done.
It was nothing.
It was the middle of winter, wasn't it? We're getting close to
it was like
the 1 year anniversary of that.
Was it January? Hi, Jeannie.
Or is it 2 years now? Did we already do the 1 year?
2 years, yeah.
It's going to be 2 years.
2 years.
So it lost an engine, and the guy kind of just turned around and said, all right, and landed safely.
And Leo was on there?
And then Leo DiCaprio walked off like it was no big deal, and the media's rolling with it now that we almost lost Leo.
Right. Almost
Yeah, look at
lost
Jimmy. Jimmy's. We almost lost Leo. You all right with that?
Yeah.
Is Tom Cruise mad, and now he's going to, fly on the outside of a plane?
Sure.
Just to show up Leo?
Sure.
He's going to ride on the wing?
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's a crazy person.
I had nightmares last night because of Tom Cruise.
Did you?
Dude.
Because of the buildings we showed and everything?
Did you see the there's other video of him?
Oh, no.
On the tippy top? I've only seen the still.
That's a photo. But the other video of him doing the
running?
the stunts. Fuck running. He was repelling. There was one thing where they drop him down at one point. Probably like 6 floors.
Oh, on a decelerator, they call it.
And then they're showing a close-up of him holding the building and then leaping out.
Oh, wow. Oh, one of those?
And around.
Right on.
My fucking God, dude.
What's wrong with him? What is he?
Dude, I was looking at
Scientologist.
videos of that fucking building after that Tom Cruise photo. I couldn't sleep. I kept picturing that view.
You're crazy.
There are other people
Poor
that have
Jimmy.
sat on those things.
Oh, really?
This video of fucking 3 guys sitting on top
Blowing
of those.
each other?
Yeah, no, that's a home video. There's videos of those 3 guys sitting on top of that of the light things.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
Cruz was sitting. They're facing in though. He was facing out. They're facing in.
The thing that got me yesterday was when you said eventually you got to come down and then you got to fumble around with your feet.
Yeah, your feet.
To get something solid so you can start your descent.
That's
what
just
got
creepy.
me. The tower video that got me yesterday was the kids doing the pull-ups. That one.
That was creepy.
That
man.
one's
Yeah,
just
that one.
horrifying. The one where they walked out on the girder or whatever. That's pretty bad too. But the guys doing the pull-ups.
Because you know how
holy
easy your
shit.
hands could slip.
Get the fuck
right off
outta
of that
here.
round. Because it didn't look like a thin chin-up bar.
Right.
It was like a big round pipe. And how do you get a grip on that?
Yeah.
It was just
It
bad.
didn't look like you could get a really good grip.
No,
And
no.
imagine you do that and then you go for one more and realize, holy shit, I can't pull myself back up.
Yeah.
And your friends aren't going to help you at that point.
Yep.
They're not attached to anything. They're not going to say, grab my arm like,
No.
what was that, cliffhanger?
They're just going to watch you. Like, imagine the friends just watching his face go like, and then just falling away.
Yeah, that's a cool.
As he's looking up at you like.
That's a cool
"Oh,
effect
my
in
God,
movies.
I just fucked up.
But not in real life.
No.
Horrifying in real life. Really cool if you're sitting in a movie
Yeah,
theater.
yeah. It's like, oh, look, like Hans Gruber.
Right.
Hans
Yeah.
Gruber, when he fell off, he fucking
With
looks up and he's like, ah.
With that half-frozen face like,
Yeah.
shit. So the Delta plane landed all right, and everyone's okay.
Yeah, that's,
So, I mean, one engine goes out. Now,
Yeah.
are the engines so separate that if one goes out, it's not going to affect the second engine? You know what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say?
they're-
Or is the wiring all kind of connected where if you lose one engine, it's scary because it certainly can make the other engine go too?
nah, I guess it all depends on what the problem is, but I think they're
But in
pretty
most cases,
I think
right?
it's pretty,
So the odds of losing two fucking engines are
yeah.
ridiculously
It's low.
low.
What
Yeah.
airline was this that happened?
Delta.
Delta.
When?
Like it was yesterday, and then
Yeah.
but today, last night they started teasing that there was a big Hollywood star on the plane, and then I couldn't stay up to find out who because these assholes can't just tell you shit.
Right.
Everything has to be the last 30 seconds of a newscast. Here's your weather, the sports scores, and Leo DiCaprio
And we'll
almost
tell
died
ya.
on Delta.
Where were they going from where to where?
I don't know.
International? Because I heard about.
Yeah, they were going to Moscow.
Oh, they were.
Oh, I did
What
hear
the
about
fuck
that.
is Leo
Okay.
DiCaprio going to Moscow for?
He's gonna do some good shit for somebody.
Is that it? Like a movie?
I think he's one of those I do good shit things in between movies.
Oh, like a charitable something?
I think he's one of those guys. There's a bunch of them in Hollywood. In between movies, they just do good shit
Good shit.
for society.
They're good people.
and for the world.
Is he a good person?
He seems like a good person.
Any scandal around him
Leo!
through the years? He's one of those scandalous guys that everybody just kind of likes.
that just bangs supermodels.
yeah, okay.
One after another.
That's amazing.
He could be a perfect human being.
Hey, what a guy.
Makes good movies, helps the world, and bangs supermodels.
Yep.
So,
Hell of a life he's got there, huh?
We thought Tiger had a perfect life, too. I'm telling you, no one gets away with it anymore.
No one gets away
No one
with
who
it.
we think is perfect gets away with it.
It all catches up to you in the long run.
that Tiger thing is almost a year.
Wow,
That's
really?
a quick year, huh? It was
That's
right
a
around
year.
Thanksgiving, wasn't it?
Yeah, I noticed
what
another.
happened?
I noticed another anniversary here in New York. My God, Hungerthon is being run on the CBS stations.
Do we have any of our audio from
I wish
the
we
one
did.
time we got to do
Oh,
Hunger?
do I wish we did. That was our introduction to Stalker Patty.
She made cookies for us, right?
Yeah, she was the one that she was like manning the phones or something. She was a volunteer for Hungerthon,
And fell in love with us.
and that's when we first met Patty.
Right.
And they do it around Thanksgiving, and they're auctioning off like I heard 1010 Wins is auctioning off like you get to hang out with the guy that does the traffic report, and he tells you how he gets the traffic together, and then you go out to lunch with him. Oh, goodness gracious.
He must hate that.
Oh, he's got to. And whoever wins it must hate it. Gives a shit.
Dude, anybody interested in traffic? Like, so what? How does it happen?
So, how do you know how many cars are on the road at that point to say that there's traffic?
You know how many awkward pauses there must be?
Oh.
And that goes back to the famous Christmas party where Scott Herman was running 1010 Wins.
Oh, yeah.
And NEW. That made
NEW.
sense. And then he introduced us to the whole room all proudly. And I walked up to the mic and I go, your traffic sucks.
Traffic sucks. And they're all like so serious about every facet of their newscast.
Right. They don't have a radio station if they're not doing traffic. And I basically said, what you're doing is a waste of time.
Yeah. And then the big anchor. I remember we also totally blew off and dissed Judy DeAngelis.
I don't know who she is.
I'm Judy DeAngelis.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
And because we were so psyched about the stock guy that was doing the Wall Street report.
Right.
We were all like into the stock market back then.
Right.
And we were like, oh, you're that guy. And Judy DeAngelis was like, she just introduced herself to us. We could give a shit. And she's like the, star anchor.
Maybe if she was a hot blonde with big boobies, we would have talked to you.
Please. Yeah. And then they did
You're an old broad in broadcasting. No interest here.
And then who else? I think who's the guy that does the Sunday morning show? Sunday morning.
Oh, Charles Osgood.
Charles Osgood is auctioning off a Sunday, where you hang out with Charles Osgood, and he shows you how they put together that Sunday morning show, and then you get to go out to lunch with Charles Osgood.
Oh, great.
Which has to be a screaming bore fest.
He's just fucking cutting gassers.
You think
you get the privilege of smelling Charles Osgood's gases.
His scrambled eggs farts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And also the weather guy. You get to see.
What about John Montone?
I don't know. Maybe Montone's got I think we get to go out with him.
Montone's got a little TV action
around
now.
The street. What's he on? What?
They give him a little TV now. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's local or not.
On
it's
one of the news shows.
It's pretty much his radio shit on TV. I shouldn't say it like that because I like John Montone.
John's a good egg.
He's just he's a wild one.
Oh, he is wild.
I could tell he's a wild.
Remember
one.
when they had some of his podcasts and stuff they put up?
Yeah.
And he's cursing.
Yeah. They're doing the Hungerthon here at Sirius?
No way.
Sirius is doing Hungerthon here as well. This show was not asked to participate.
Of course. We participated 1 year. They asked us never to do it again.
And this goes back to something we discuss from time to time, and it has to be brought up again because this is the charity part of the year.
Right.
This is at least the second time that they have told us we don't want your free services and we don't want what you could do for our charity.
Yeah, we don't want the money you can raise.
Right.
We'd rather have hungry people than have the likes of the Opie and Anthony show help.
We got this O&A community. They get things done.
Oh, yeah.
And if we are part of the Hungerthon, we're going to get things done and we're going to feed a lot of people just from our dumb little community. But they have decided we're such scumbags, we don't want to feed people.
That priest
we don't
guy
want to feed more people.
He that's in charge of the whole thing? What's his name? Father something?
What happened to forgiving?
He wants no, there's no forgiveness.
It was just
for what we did.
It was just a double dildo show.
Double dong dildo show with two hookers just fucking each other.
They were actual hookers too.
Yeah.
I don't know why we had hookers in that day, but we did.
They were ass to ass with a double dong dildo just fucking each other. And we were like, hey, come on in and take a look at this. And it was like the father, the priest guy that runs Hungerthon, comes in and he looks and he was horrified.
Did he stay?
No.
He fucking never talked to us again.
And that was the last we ever heard from the Hungerthon people.
So now he would rather that he doesn't feed as many people than work with me and Ant and Jim Norton.
Well, it's all about him. That's why. It's all about him.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened with our CD in Boston. They didn't want to give the proceeds to our CD, which did incredibly well, to sick kids. They said, no, we don't want your money. We don't want to help sick kids with your money.
Kids. Jimmy Fund said no.
So it's safe to say that a kid probably lost his life because they didn't want to deal with us.
The only
That's
people
sick.
the only people that would take it were black, disabled Vietnam veterans. That was it.
Yeah,
that was the big check got handed to them.
The Schwoogies.
That
fought for our country.
As Bruce Mittman put it so eloquently.
That's when we learned that word, Schwoogie.
Those hookers, one was black, right?
Oh yeah.
One was black, one was kind of white or Hispanic or something. They were ass to ass.
I forgot they were ass to ass.
Ass to ass with that double dong dildo. And it's like, hey, check it out.
On regular radio, by the way.
Because the guy wasn't dressed. He was the cool, religious guy. Like the guy that dresses in a sweater.
Did we know he was a priest? I don't think we did. In all fairness, I don't think we did at the time.
I think we didn't believe it or something, or thought he was one of those groovy, religious guys because he wasn't wearing the collar or anything.
Yeah.
And he came in in a sweater or something.
Right. The hip priest.
Yeah, the hip priest guy.
The hipster.
And, that didn't work.
No.
No.
Oh, you see that too, Jimmy? First thing I saw this morning. Don't worry, if you look long enough, you'll see that we're part of it.
Are we on the little
The Russell Brand show.
Yeah.
Well, when you're doing a big, huge advertising for SiriusXM, you really should make sure Russell Brand, a show that hasn't even fucking cracked a mic yet on SiriusXM, is almost front and center. Of course. We've been slaving away for 6 years. They do have a tiny, tiny Opie and Anthony logo. Have you seen it yet?
Is that it?
Jimmy's biting his lip.
Oh, I thought that was it. It was a piece of a Pop-Tart.
And then they
Brush it off.
then they get mad at us for getting mad. That's what I don't get. Look at Jimmy's face.
I've
in
just
disgust.
given up where I don't even care anymore.
There's a big,
Yeah,
huge...
I'm kind of with that. I
don't
literally.
I don't give a shit.
I just laugh now.
Yeah, I don't.
I just laugh because if
what it is.
I brought it up
Yeah.
with the main guy, he would go, well, we made you part of this.
Yeah.
What are you looking at, Jimmy? It's a 2-page pullout in the New York paper today. I mean, it is on the other side of the front page, and the other side, obviously, of the front sports page.
There's a huge picture of somebody that might not even be here in a month.
Right.
Like, who the fuck knows?
Right. We slave away at this thing year after year, and we got a tiny, tiny logo. Did you see the logo yet?
No, why would I?
You
It's
still can't see it, right?
there's nothing to see, man.
Because
It
they
is
would
what it is.
tell us, look, man, we gave you part of the big advertising.
Yeah.
What bothers you the most on there?
None of the people who they. I mean,
Most of them should be there.
I
but
don't care that they
Rosie,
put-
who gives a fuck.
Russell-
Jamie Foxx at this point, who gives a fuck, and Russell Brand has never done a radio show for SiriusXM, and he gets more promotion than us. And he hasn't even cracked a mic yet. I know he's a big star, but that doesn't.
The point is, Russell has in this ad gotten more a bigger bump than this show has gotten
Ever.
since, or at least since
Well,
the merger.
Yeah, which is over 2 years now, 2.5 years, I think. Something like that.
merger.
It is what it is.
It's merger.
merge.
It's disappointing, right?
I don't even care. Honestly,
It's laughable at this point. 'cause-
It's like you want people on the show to be like. Of course, we're going to do our jobs, but
Oh, yeah, we'll work hard until the end of this contract.
I don't even fucking.
Then all bets are off.
I so don't even care
yeah.
about ads or promotion or whatever. We got our listeners.
I
If we
care.
get more, it'll be great. If we don't,
I care because what it represents.
Yeah.
well,
A lack of respect for the radio show.
a lack of respect.
You know, a lack of
I
respect. for the
deserve
radio
respect.
Show. Rosie O'Donnell is not selling subscriptions for this fucking company. Okay,
I don't
she's
think
not.
so.
We are.
I don't think so.
We're selling way more subscriptions for this company than fucking Rosie O'Donnell. I would bet a lot of money on that.
You know, this channel is truly the bastard because we came over from XM. They couldn't fire us because we were doing too well.
Yeah, they
And-
so wanted to fire us.
Like everybody.
They so didn't want us to be
Who else?
a part of this.
Besides us and Ron and Fez, who else from XM even has a job here anymore? Seriously,
I really
have
don't
no
know.
idea. I don't know.
I would have to go down to Washington and walk around that sad place.
I don't even
hear
mean
it's a very sad place now.
management. I mean like fucking on-air people.
Do you realize that Leno is like the only fucking person who publicly promotes this radio show?
You know.
Yeah.
I love the fucking listeners who hate him. If you don't like his show because you don't think it's funny, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But I love the fucking venom that certain listeners have. Hey, fuckheads, he's the only one who promotes this fucking show. You assholes.
Where's the? What do you mean the venom?
This fucking way.
I love the people that get mad because Leno decided to say that we are the number one
No, I'm
show
talking
on
about
satellite radio.
Our listeners that I'm not talking about that don't enjoy the guy's show because they don't think it's
Right,
funny.
right,
That's
right.
an artist. That's just something you don't like.
yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
talking about the ones that go beyond that and really dislike. It's like you dummies.
Yeah.
He's the only fucking person in show business who loves promoting this fucking radio show.
Right, right. Yeah, that's kind of sick.
Oh, I
that you would
fucking
go-
hate some of the listeners.
It's kind of sick if you're a fan of the show and you attack Leno for actually trying to support the show. That's insane.
He's the only fucking guy who supports the show publicly, you dummies.
We're not saying you have to like his show, but you got to respect the fact that you know, when Jimmy goes on there, he doesn't have to say O&A or Sirius XM or the number one show on satellite radio, which is embarrassing because, you know, obviously we're not the number one show on satellite radio, but it's hilarious that
funny.
he does that for us.
I love it.
And then you got these listeners that claim they're fans of the show beating the shit out of Leno.
And again, it's not about you have to like somebody because they like us. It's not about, you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. My favorite late night show, Jimmy Fallon.
I don't
Really?
Getting more and more into Jimmy
You're
Fallon.
digging the Fallon thing.
Yeah,
huh?
he's figured out his groove, man. He's all right. Yeah, absolutely.
Figured out his niche. He's carved his little niche in
More than a
nighttime,
niche, I think he's very comfortable in that spot now.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
That's good.
I watched Jimmy Fallon way more than I ever watched Conan.
Yeah.
You know,
I liked the Conan.
I like the Conan bits
of old.
I haven't seen this new show.
Yeah, I haven't really tuned in.
Yeah, but I'm DVRing Fallon a lot.
Yeah.
And finding myself really, really enjoying his bits and what he offers late night TV. But whatever, the big advertising hit the paper today, and of course they didn't let us know ahead of time because they knew we'd be pissed again.
Don't tell O&A.
I just laugh now.
They're gonna see it, but just fuck it.
They made it loud and clear what they think of us. So whatever. I mean, you know, the last few months have been rough to say the least with this company.
It doesn't bug me.
Don't
in the
worry.
least.
They'll hire you to do a political talk show. You'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
When this whole thing blows up, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You'll be just fine.
I really just don't even care about any ads or anything.
I know you were looking for a while. Our logo is in there. In the wall of logos behind the big fucking headliners.
I don't even know.
You got the big headliners. And most of those people, of course, Howard should be featured. And Martha Stewart for the Broads, of course. Elvis, of course. Pearl Jam Radio, of course. But the ones that stick out is Jamie Foxx, Rosie O'Donnell, and Russell Brand, who hasn't even done a show yet, but gets massive fucking publicity already.
Of course it is. I mean, of course it is.
Because he's Hollywood.
But I don't.
If you're Hollywood and you do a show or two, you know, every once in a while, you get big mentions. Is Eminem in there?
Of course.
There's more justification to have Vinny Brand on the fucking thing.
Eminem,
he's been on the show more. He's had more mic time at Sirius.
Right. Eminem hasn't even fucking been in these hallways since we've been here 2.5 years.
Eminem.
He hasn't even been in the building in 2.5 years.
No.
And I think he's done about 5 total minutes in the last year or so on his channel. But, you know, let's make sure the world knows Eminem is sort of part of Sirius XM.
Oh, wait a minute. I think we reached our quota of...
yeah, now we're getting in trouble.
Company,
you're bad-mouthing the company again. Yeah. Well, fucking, you know, I guess we just think we're bigger than we really are. And we should shut the fuck up and realize
the dogs a bone.
We're just slaves.
Yeah. We're the dog that gets kicked. We're the little kicked dog that keeps coming back and licking your face.
You want to hear about pure lunacy, though? If I walked this down the hall and said, "What's this about?" He goes, "What do you mean? You're right there."
Oh, okay. Can I have a jeweler's loop? I need a jeweler's loop so I can see it.
But that's the lunacy of the whole thing. He actually sat us down and said, "You guys are going to be part of the Sirius XM, commercial."
Yeah.
And we figured out what we were on there for a third of a second. And it was a 2-minute commercial, by the way.
That's fine.
Not a 30-second. If it was a 30-second commercial and we were on a third of a second, that's not bad.
Yeah.
We were on a third of a second for a 2-minute commercial.
It's funny.
And he was expecting a huge thank you from us that he did that.
It is funny.
And now he'll say, "Well, I didn't even have to do that."
It just makes you. It's like I kind of get the hint, and it kind of makes you like go like, why would I want to? Not even out of anger, but like, why would I? I just feel stupid. Like wanting to promote the show.
I feel stupid.
I feel dumb wanting to promote the
Because
show.
we're constantly rah. We really are.
Dry skin.
I just feel silly.
I got dry skin.
Yeah.
I need.
Where were we? The Hungerthon? Why did you
Yeah.
mention that? Oh, because they're giving away some stuff.
Yeah, they're giving away the usual crap. They're auctioning things off. But I was just going to say it has been many years. And the thing that it reminded me of was the first time we met Stalker Patty because she was working for them.
Who happens to come in today? She's coming in today.
Oh, is she?
I guess the theme of the first 40 minutes of the show here is that we're just scumbags. All of us.
Yeah.
We got charities that don't want to work with us.
Fine.
They'd rather have people go a little hungry during the holiday than actually get our money and our contribution. That's insane.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. Well, the Koreans are at it again.
What do
See
you
that
mean?
shit?
What's going on over
North
there?
Korea lobbed some artillery shells onto a South Korean island, killed one of the South Korean Marines.
Uh-oh.
Because the South Koreans were having some kind of exercise.
Uh-oh.
They were doing some kind of military exercise. And the North Koreans, who are just savage animals, they're just fucking communist robots of their stupid leader.
But could you explain something to me?
Just lobbing shells.
But how could you hate someone that looks like you? I'll never understand that.
Really? Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
They just don't like each other. There's
what
a
reason?
Because there's a line between their places, and the people above the line don't like the people below the line.
It's all about government.
It's a line.
No, I know what the real answer is,
ju-
but it's
they're
just,
the exact same
it's pretty
people.
insane. They are.
They're the
They eat
exact
the same
people.
fucking food.
With an imaginary line across the 38th parallel, and they just hate each other.
Yeah, you know who's guarding the line? Stupid assholes, Americans.
Yeah.
And here's what my father used to get mad at the country because he's ex-military. He'd go, "Yeah, Uncle Sap." He would always call Uncle Sam Uncle Sap.
he did
Yeah.
Uncle
Yeah.
Sap.
And I really think that we should.
I thought that's like Uncle Paul. He'd leave a little sap on the youngster's back. Here
Yeah.
comes Uncle Sap.
Climb the tree, get some sap on your lips. I don't know why they don't. We talk about the economy and needing money. How about this? How about all the money that's being fucking wasted on the DMZ? You pull. I don't want one soldier or $1 being fucking wasted between North and South Korea. I don't care if they knife each other.
This Korean situation is something that back in the 50s and 60s, the Cold War, obviously that domino effect that they talked about, they didn't want one country falling for the fear that the next one and the next one, and then we'd lose Southeast Asia to the communists. And that's why we were there.
Right.
There's no giant communist threat anymore. It's just not there. China loves fucking capitalism. Oh, do they fucking love?
They do, don't they?
They
do.
ate that shit up like rice. They love it. So you don't have to worry about them pouring over the border. They're too busy selling us shit and buying up all our shit here in this country and devaluing our dollar.
They're conquering us from the inside.
From the inside.
They really are. They don't need an army to just march to America. They're doing
they know
it
that.
Economically.
They don't have to do that. They know it.
Yeah.
So what is the big deal about pulling everybody out, like Jimmy said, get Uncle Sap out of there, and let these two duke it out? Whoever the fuck wins has run of the country.
It's not our
Fuck
problem.
'em. It ain't our country.
We're our business.
It ain't our problem anymore. It's not our country. Let South Korea fucking fight North Korea. Whoever wins, it's just called Korea. Mm-hmm. There's no need anymore. The Cold War's fucking over. This armistice was made in the 50s, and they're still shooting at each other and lobbing shells and saying, "You broke the armistice." There's still technically a war, by the way. They're still at war. There's just a ceasefire that has been in place for half a fucking century. They're animals.
Fuck them. You know what? Fuck them. Just kill each other.
How sick do you have to be to live near the border? Why don't you just tell your family, look,
we got to move.
We're gonna move a little further away from this insane place.
Do you know how they meet when they have to meet? They have a building that directly straddles the border. They both walk in from their own side of the building, these fucking assholes, and they sit at a table. And half of the table is in North Korea.
Yeah,
it's like a fucking, like when you're children, you put tape down the room. And half of the table is in South Korea.
You're right. That's what they do.
Not, hey, come over, we'll talk.
No.
Just fuck them. If you can't sit down without having your shitty table split down the middle, how big is the demilitarized zone? The DMZ is what?
As far as how wide it is? Yeah, it's pretty fucking wide.
Is it?
Yeah, especially in certain places like where the checkpoints are and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking wide.
You think they play like paper toss or paper football?
You think they go back on the table?
Right.
It's like, hey,
just to loosen things up before they start talking?
The guy makes a little goal. It's like, hey, here it is. He makes the goal, and you got to hit it into communist Korea.
It's just the whole world is insane.
We can't even understand that type of blind hatred that they have for each other, and how for over 50 years, these two have just been going at it.
Is that the table?
It might be. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
that it looks
It has
like
to be.
the room.
It's just how they're reaching over to shake the other guy's hand.
It looks like the room. I would pull one of the guys into our place and go, "Hey, look, he's here."
That could be a problem.
We
right?
got him. We got him.
It's so fucking childish.
It's childish.
These assholes all think they're actually doing the right thing and saying in their countries.
Yeah.
Just stand in the room, you dickheads.
So what is going to happen with this?
I don't know. This is some of the biggest escalation between the two countries in quite a while. And this is coming on the heels of North Korea firing that torpedo at the South Korean ship and sinking it and killing a bunch of sailors. They've never done that. There's always been this sporadic gunfire.
Has South
over the
Korea
DMZ.
fired at all or no?
Yeah, South Korea fired back at North Korea.
Who's been starting it, North Korea?
Yeah, the South Koreans have had this exercise going on around this island, and North Koreans are saying they're violating the water border part of the treaty, or armistice. And they just started lobbing shells into what they called military targets. They said any civilians that were killed or any damage done to their homes were collateral damage. They were going for military targets. They killed a Marine. And
This is South Korea did this?
No, North Korea did this. And now South Korea, they fired back at North Korea. So it's one of the biggest escalations in quite some time.
We don't have to send our boys over there, do we?
Our guys are there.
No, I know we got
14,000 people.
I know we got
we
guys
got a
there, but
fuckload
we're not going to escalate the amount of troops.
I can't see
I
that
hope
happening. China stepped in and said, knock it the fuck off. North Korea listens to China. They're saying, calm the fuck down. Obama kicked in and said, a strong condemnation of North Korea. We stand by our South Korean allies, blah, blah, blah.
Fuck them.
But they're gonna hash it out. They're trying to get North Korea back to the bargaining table to knock off their shenanigans. They started enriching uranium again. They love pulling that one whenever they run out of money. Whenever they need the American, the Western ATM is what I love to call it. The little ATM. They start up their uranium project. We come in and go, look, we'll give you a bunch of shit, money and food and stuff.
Right.
Just knock it off. Then they stop it for a while.
Yeah.
They run out of money, and we give them more money.
Right.
It's fucking blackmail.
Instead of just basically taking that money that we're giving to this shit country and putting it in here.
Right.
And taking care of our, it's like healthcare is not great. Like the system maybe Obama has, but I guarantee if we stop giving money to fucking countries like those fucking leeches,
that's what they are.
we could just, how about we take care of our own?
Yeah.
It's so irritating.
It is.
Let them get nukes. I don't care.
Yeah, who cares?
We have them.
Go ahead.
What are you going to do, attack us? Go fuck yourself. They're not going to attack us.
They're probably going to blow themselves up with the fucking thing.
Well, they'll attack South Korea. That's not my problem.
Yeah. I don't care.
I really don't
care
either.
about South Korea.
I don't give a fuck about South Korea.
I don't care. If North Korea, won, if there was a war between the two and North Korea won and the whole country was communist, good. Look how well North Korea is doing. They are horrible. The country is in shambles. The people are starving. There's no power. They have buildings that are incomplete. So
I've seen power from that satellite photo.
from the satellite photo. Yeah, right at the fucking royal palace. That's it. The rest of the country's fucking dark.
What an asshole.
Oh, that guy stinks.
Kim Jong-il really
Kim
is.
Jong-il and his dumb fat son now.
He's enjoying his 63-inch fucking flat-screen TV while the rest of the country's in the dark. What an asshole. What a dick. All right, well,
Would you
see
do
what
a show
happens.
in South Korea, Jimmy? People are asking.
South Korea for the military, I would do, sure.
Yeah,
right
sure.
on, man.
Go down to Seoul.
But
do
there
a show.
was something recently where maybe it was a couple years ago where a lot of the students there, people wanted the U.S. soldiers out, and it was like something happened with a soldier and the South Korean citizen. I don't know the details. Somebody might know. I'm sure the listeners would know.
Was it a rape?
I don't know. It might have been some shitty thing, but I really want the U.S. soldiers out of there. We don't belong there. It's not our country.
No.
And I really am sick and tired of the U.S. policing this whole dog shit planet.
Since the 50s, we've had to fucking
that's
have
not gonna
people
change.
there.
You know that's
Since
not gonna
the fucking
change, unfortunately.
Since bang a dang dang a dang a dong bang ding. We've been there since then.
Dude, what is it, 15 years before Vietnam?
Yeah.
It's we don't belong there anymore. I don't even care if we're in Saudi Arabia. I don't care about the Middle East.
And look what happened in Vietnam, by the way. We fucking leave.
Yep.
The North just overruns the South. There were years of some, massive killings and retribution and bullshit. And now we do business with them. It's a fucking tourist attraction. People go there. They fucking it's whatever happened. They're communist, but you know what? They're also part of that capitalist communist thing because there's no more Soviet Union to support these little countries, so they know they got to do business with the rest of the world. With Korea, you got these two fucking babies facing each other, and they won't knock it the fuck off. It's infuriating.
And all that, what bothers me is the first of all,
the money.
Our soldiers are being fucking stood there. Basically, what the U.S. does is by having 14,000 U.S. soldiers, you know how fast the North Koreans could run over 14,000 U.S. soldiers with their army?
Yeah.
They don't do it because that would be an act of war against the United States.
Right.
And that's so basically we have our fucking soldiers there like a tripwire.
Yeah, it's pretty much to keep them out because if we did leave, they would attack.
They would just march through.
So our guys are there like a tripwire because they know if they kill a bunch of U.S. soldiers, they have a major problem with our military.
Then we would have to, go in there and bomb the fuck out of them.
And it's so annoying, the money that we have to spend. Get the fuck out of here. Just let these guys stay here and work in this economy. It's annoying.
Come home. Yeah, let them come home.
Well, there you go. Here's a fucking big story.
Yeah, Korea.
Happening way over there.
It's developing, too. Developing story, by the way, so we'll keep you informed.
Oh, certainly
Of course.
We tell it like it is here.
We do.
On the
we read it right off of the Fox News channel, and then we just babble it right out to you.
And then we give our opinions. It's no different than what they fucking do.
Of course.
You ever meet these guys when they're not behind a fucking TV camera?
Michael Vick spoke out about dogfighting. Is that what I just saw?
I guess he's doing some PR, but
he's just got to keep everyone calm.
Did he say, "Go fuck yourself"? I'm doing really well.
No, see, it's what he's basically doing is like, holy shit, I got a chance to be the MVP of the NFL this year, so I got to I got to soften it around me a little bit. Yeah,
my stance on him has changed. Even though I hate him, look, the guy he went to jail. It's like, what can you say? He does have a right to make a living, and
he did his time.
Yeah, man, he went to jail. It's like
he did the crime. And he's doing the time. Derek Jeter negotiations with Yankees could turn ugly.
Who cares?
The
Enough of him too with them.
Going to be in pinstripes. Just shut up.
They offered him 3 years, $45 million, which is a bit of a cut for him.
Yeah.
But was he 36 now?
He's up there, man. Yeah. He wants a 4-year deal.
Yeah,
his skills aren't.
I heard he's not. I haven't really been watching him. I heard he's not quite the shortstop he was.
No.
I don't know. You know what though? He's still amazing. And I think just as far as loyalty goes, the guy has been just an amazing part of that team for years. You throw him the bone. These new Steinbrenners that are running the fucking shit. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, his agent is using what they've said against them. They've said he's the Babe Ruth of this Yankees generation. So
yeah,
when you put a title like that on him,
yeah, then
he is an important part. I hate the guy, but
he's a very important part. Morale.
It would be the worst PR move for the Yankees if they let him go.
Oh, terrible.
True that. Yeah. That's the only reason they're even thinking about it.
Yeah.
If he didn't play his whole career with the Yankees, this wouldn't even be a
the guy cannot.
They would let him move on and try to get a better deal somewhere else.
Can't be.
That's the only reason why they're entertaining this right now.
He's the best shortstop in the history of the organization.
Yeah.
The best. He simply is the best shortstop I've ever had.
They didn't have a lot of shortstops on the Yankees over the years.
No, that's true. This is like their third.
Why don't we take a break? After the break, Charlie Sheen's escort is talking out.
What a fucking dumb bitch this one is.
Well, she's trying to capitalize and get a little fame out of this.
Another one.
So she's
another whore.
What does she file a police report? And I'm sure she's looking for some money.
Keep your mouth shut unless you suck it a.
So we'll get the audio of that. Yes. And Howie Rose, God bless him.
Yeah.
But he was caught on mic. He's the Islanders announcer.
Whoopsie.
Basically saying how bad the team is during a commercial break. And so I don't know how they got this.
Oops.
Maybe someone else in the booth was just recording him or something. And
is he in trouble?
He had to apologize. I don't know why he has to apologize for saying that the Islanders are a shitty team.
For being honest?
He didn't say shitty, but he might as well have. Yeah.
Have they played since they were 13 and
13
in a row? Lost?
They play Wednesday. I got to give my tickets away for Wednesday's game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to do it, though. Everybody wants tickets. Everybody wants my tickets.
Why?
I don't know why, because they seem to be Islanders fans, too.
Wow.
Why would you want to go see a team that's 4-12? 12.
Who are they playing? Maybe they want to see that team.
Who are they playing? I don't even know who they're playing Wednesday.
Yeah?
I have given the fuck up.
You really have.
Yes.
Yeah, they just suck.
I have one more thing to do this year is to get that bag of shit on the ice.
It just becomes you become very disillusioned with your team when they just suck.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
So bad that it's over.
We're kind of talking about it right now, so it's quick. Here's Howie Rose.
Yeah, let's hear Howie.
During a commercial break, someone picked up his commentary that wasn't supposed to air anywhere.
9:58 remaining. First period here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. No spring training yet. Hey, let me know how this game turns out. Not that I particularly care.
Not that I particularly care. Oh, man. He's being honest.
And why does he have to apologize for that? He has to be rah-rah Islanders even when they're the worst team in hockey?
That's it.
Why does he have to apologize?
Fair weather fan.
I would love an announcer, to be honest, instead of always, bleeding the team colors when you're watching them. Why can't the guy comment and go, holy shit, this is a horrible year for everybody? Then you got to do this.
The Islanders getting a late goal in that second period from Michael Grabner during a 4-on-4. And by the way, I want to apologize for something that went out over the air during the first period, which was not supposed to go out over the air. It is all my fault. We were having technical difficulties down in the truck, and I said some unfortunate things that were born completely out of frustration with some confusion that we were experiencing here of a technical nature. You've been watching the Islanders lately. You know we have all been in a rather frustrated mood over the last little while. Hopefully things will turn around. But as far as the one little issue of some comments that I made that were not designed to go out on the air, I apologize for them. And hopefully now we'll just move on.
Once again, people can't be honest on TV.
Dude, he was in
especially
an
in sports.
apology flurry,
Dude,
a frenzy.
A nation of worms. We're a country of fucking worms.
Technical difficulties, the frustration down on the ice, and the thing. He was flustered.
He's a really good sports announcer too, really good. And I respect him for fucking talking honestly. But now I don't respect him because he had to apologize. But he was forced to apologize to keep his job, I'm sure.
He had a waddle-dee-doodle that.
Right. Intern Stevie would like to contribute about the Islanders.
He's been begging me to come in.
For what?
He's just wants to come in
That
badly.
fucking retard. Holy Down syndrome.
Do you want him to talk about the Islanders real fast?
For what? Ugh. For what? What'll he contribute?
Nothing.
Let's see. Okay, well, I'm going to give him
How sad is it that
a minute.
Howie had to fucking apologize, Jimmy?
It's the whole country is just, and I'm not even knocking him for doing it because he knows the
I
climate he
understand
works
why
in.
he has to do it, but
We're just trained that it's okay to be a fucking weasel. You toe the company line like a little slime ball. That's what all of us are doing. The whole country.
I would love to hear more of that. I would love to hear more of that. The fact is, he's announcing a really shitty team this year.
Steve from Patio just goes, "Come in, you blind shitbag."
What is it? You have a sad sack look on. What? This mic? What?
Grab the mic and what? What do you?
Why
what
were
do
you
you want
begging to
contribute?
come in?
I wasn't begging. I just
Yes,
said.
you were. You asked many times.
Wouldn't that be? I just said it wouldn't be a good idea.
For what?
All right, what do you got on the Islanders?
What do you got? Go ahead.
Well, I mean, it was during a commercial break, and I guess what happened was that he was having a conversation with the truck, and there's more to that conversation that they didn't hear because they recorded that off of TV.
Do you have conversations with trucks thinking they're people?
Exactly. I wish you did. Hey, that grill's getting closer.
And okay, so so far you haven't told us anything we didn't know and say during the little clips we played. So go ahead.
Well,
what else you got?
Also, what happened was that you didn't hear it, but Butch Goring, who was the analyst, was also involved in that conversation. I don't know what he said, but he also said some things that he got away with. I don't know.
How do you know all this?
I'm an Islanders fan.
No, where's the audio?
Yeah, where's the audio? How do you know
It was
that
on.
he was
They put it on
also-
YouTube like the day after it happened.
But how do you know he was talking to fucking?
If there's a longer clip of this, wouldn't we have it?
I don't know. I don't know what clip you have. I mean.
Oh my God.
This is why I said,
Sam's
bring him
just
in, by the way.
laughing. Oh, I know. I
This
know.
is why I said, let's bring him in.
Because
what are you adding to the conversation? That there might be more audio out there, but how do you know this?
Because I've heard it.
You work for the show for free.
Yeah.
So why don't you go get the audio?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go get the audio you heard.
And wouldn't you run in here and go, "Hey guys, this would be important for the show. Hey guys, I got more of what was said. Here it is. You only got part of the story. Instead, you're coming in here very vague.
Yeah, very vague.
Oh, well. Jumped the gun on that one. I'm sorry.
I wish you fucking had the gun in your mouth on that one. Jump the gun.
They play the Blue Jackets on Wednesday.
You couldn't jump anything.
Exactly.
All right.
Fatso.
Are you going to go find the audio, Stevie?
Get a load of fatso over there.
He said yes.
Is he getting the audio?
He said sure.
Oh, sure. Like, yeah, now he's going to throw us a bone.
Doing you a favor.
Yeah. Don't do me any favors.
The Islanders suck really bad this year, and these guys should be able to fucking say it.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're all thinking.
That they suck.
All right, we'll go to break. So we got Charlie Sheen's escort speaking out on GMA.
Yeah.
We got some of the clips of that.
I just saw her on the television. She's a cute girl.
She looks familiar.
Has she?
Has she ever done radio with us?
I don't know.
Has she ever been in here? She looks
I don't know.
very
It's pretty,
familiar.
pretty expensive, apparently. I don't know.
Also, Walt Frazier will be in studio today.
Walt Frazier.
The great Nick. And he's a Knicks announcer.
8 o'clock, right?
8 o'clock. He's a fucking legend, man.
Yes, he is.
Then you got Dane Cook calling in. He's got a lot of shit going on. New CD, I believe, and something on Broadway.
Really?
Also, Lee Majors in studio. The $6 million man will be here.
Unbelievable.
I don't know how we got that one.
Lee Majors. Well, that must have been Roland.
I think there's a big $6 million man box set coming out just in time for the holidays.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, 30 years too late, but it's out.
Oh, Jesus.
Very happy for Lee Majors, and we'll talk to him about that.
He does the bionic ear
he sure does,
commercials
he
now
sure
for the
does.
hearing aid.
Yes.
And, yeah, I saw that commercial a few times. Lee Majors.
Can we turn his audio down really low in the headphones?
Oh, no, so it just keeps going, what?
And have it set at really low and go, no, man, it's as high as it's going to be. I don't know what to tell you.
I think I need a new battery in my bionic ear. I want to ask him about the Bigfoot episode.
Can we play a
$6 million
game?
Man versus Bigfoot.
Can we play a game today?
What's that?
Every time you get Lee Majors to say what during the interview, I'll give you $10.
Really?
Yes. $10.
Oh, God.
Can we do this?
What, like what, or pardon, or huh? Something like that?
Yeah. Anything that basically...
Anything that means he didn't hear what the
Yes,
fuck you just said.
I will give you $10 per
All right, we'll give it a whirl.
All right?
We'll try. Okay. We'll try.
We love Lee Majors. We gotta love the guy.
He's an American icon.
He sure is.
Fall Guy. After the $6 Million Man, he did the Fall Guy for many years. The Stunt Man.
What happened after Fall Guy then?
Then there was...
The Big Fall.
That other show.
When I was
yeah, go ahead.
When I was a kid, instead of the Bionic Man, I used to like saying the Bacani Man.
What? Why?
Just because it was different. It would annoy my friends.
The Bacani Man?
Instead of Bionic, yeah.
Where'd you get Bacani?
I don't know. It just sounded weird, so I would say it.
You're a weirdo. I love Jimmy.
I don't know why I would do that. The Bacani Man.
Oh, my mother made the bacani. It was beautiful. The sauce on the bacani.
Oh, the drip was $6 million. God rest his soul.
And the bacani man used to come and deliver the bacani fresh. It was fresh with dignity.
People are all in on the bit.
Yeah?
$10
All right.
for every... What?
We'll
Huh?
give it a whirl. Huh?
What did you say?
Think he's going to be wearing that bionic gear? Hope so.
Oh, God.
Maybe Mars could do something like send a signal to it to make it fucking blow up. That's him hearing. That's all he hears now in his ear. It's tinnitus. How ironic. He's just trying to sleep and all he's hearing is that sound.
It's amazing how recognizable that sound is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is one of the more recognizable
Do that again,
sounds.
please.
Yeah.
For anyone in our age group, I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Sure.
Even, Chevy Chase and Caddyshack doing the whole no. Goofing on that sound.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was married to Farrah, right?
Yes, he
He
was.
certainly was. Did he, he got that pussy and ass before it started rotting, right?
Oh, Jesus, yes, Anthony.
Well, it was rotting. Something started rotting. What's that?
Jimmy, you lost Jimmy on that one.
Did I?
I don't know. Where he's just adjusting
Well,
himself.
he got Farrah in her prime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to talk about Farrah? I saw the big do's and don'ts with Lee Majors.
There's do's and don'ts?
Did you guys get the do's and don'ts?
Uh-oh.
Which means it's all do's.
Oh, it's all do's.
No, we'll
Don't talk about fucking Jamie Summers.
Ugh. I think I was in love with Jamie Summers because I didn't know any better at the
Were
time.
ya?
Yeah.
What's her real name?
Lindsay Wagner.
Lindsay
Oh,
Wagner.
Lindsay Wagner. She's fucking hawking those inflatable beds.
Really?
Yeah, the ones with the fucking number, you know. What number are you? I'm a 29. I'm a fucking...
Nothing worse than an icon.
Yeah.
A Hollywood icon all of a sudden on TV doing some lame-ass commercial.
Hawking goods.
Who's doing the mortgage one? I'm like, that guy used to be fucking huge in the 80s. Now he's doing, like, mortgage commercials. There's a few of them.
Starsky was doing one for a while,
Starsky
too.
was?
You're stuck on a treadmill. How to get off?
Oh, really?
The treadmill, and yeah, it was some kind of bullshit like that. Yeah, they all end up there. All your old heroes from the old
bad.
shows you watched growing up.
Oh, Wagner. Isn't Wagner doing one?
Robert Wagner.
I think he's doing something.
Robert Wagner's doing one. Yeah.
I think.
For like reverse mortgage or something.
Yeah, there you go.
What is that anyway? Is that like when the people paid off their house, they're old, and then the bank just slowly starts taking their house back and paying them money?
Probably.
And then like they hope to die before they run out of equity in the house?
Probably.
That's what I'm thinking.
That makes sense.
It's like...
Dude, I used to work in the I can't quite remember because like we never did it because
reverse mortgage.
Yeah, like you never ever like only really old people kind of do that stuff. But I think it's when you're not planning on leaving your house to anybody,
right?
And then you basically you have the bank. It's like you take out like a second mortgage, but instead of getting like all that money as like a line of credit,
yeah,
you just slowly have the house pay you paychecks.
Right.
And then when you drop dead, the bank owns your house.
Owns your fucking house. That's sad.
But you don't have to worry about bills and junk.
That's true. But you can't do it young.
No.
Or like you're all of a sudden
that's
it's
why
like,
all those
hey,
commercials are
this ain't
for-
your house anymore.
For if you're are you 60 or older?
Yeah. It's like, hey, you're ready to drop dead. Get rid of your house.
All right, we go to break.
Yes.
I
gotta eat.
I'm going to play this Bobo thing again as we go to break
course.
here, and we'll continue.
Virus, Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony.
Any tie in this song? You just felt like playing it, eh? What a guy. Oh, yuck.
Very good news, Anthony. I don't know what this is tied into. It might be because Miley Cyrus is 18 today.
Wow, that fucking went quick.
Boo! Boo!
Sorry, Uncle Paul.
She's 18.
An old lady. Yeah. Why are you going to celebrate that? She's got gray hairs.
Can you do the thing? The thing.
Oh,
we got Lee Majors coming in.
Oh, my God. Hold on.
And it's going to do the thing.
This is when you open the box set.
Yes.
See, if I kept it open, it would say...
Steve Austin, astronaut. A man barely alive. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. We can make him better than he was.
Better.
Better.
Stronger.
Stronger.
Faster.
Faster.
Yeah.
And then the music would start, I guess. But I just want to keep going.
Where's the music?
Probably didn't get the rights.
That's, you know what?
Steve Austin. Steve Austin. Steve Austin.
How about this?
Steve.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And Sam, it's not the wrestler. It's the other Steve
Right,
Austin.
right.
So don't get
It's
excited.
not Stone Cold.
No, I
Steve
see you got
Austin.
your Stone Cold T-shirt on and everything. You're very
Yeah.
confused today. You thought it was
Yeah.
Stone Cold coming in.
Sorry.
It's the $6 Million Man. We have another Steve in studio. Stevie is back.
Yeah.
Last we left you, and trust me, we'll make this quick. We played Howie Rose from the New York Islanders having an honest moment, and then some asshole probably fucked him in the truck and said, we got to get this out there.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, beating up on the Islanders a little bit, and he should be. The team just fucking blows this year.
Thanks.
And Stevie came running in and said, "Look, I got more to the story." And what do you got, Stevie?
He begged.
Well, I have the audio of the clip, and you can hear his analyst talking with him, under him. I don't know if it's completely audible, but you can kind of hear some of the stuff he's saying with him. I don't know what he...
You're talking over the box.
I'm sorry.
Steve Austin.
We can make him better. We couldn't have made him worse.
So you handed in some audio.
Yeah.
So there's more to the story, Anthony.
All right.
So it looks like Blind Stevie did the right thing and
Contributing to the show.
and
That's
got
good.
more.
Thank
on
you.
this. Here
Thank
it
you.
is.
I know. All of a sudden, I'm thinking this is strange. This spring training yet? Yes. Hey, let me know how this game turns out. Not that I particularly care. I know.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car?
So Stevie, that was the audio that you came up with.
Yeah, that's
aside, and it's different than the audio we played because you, in your unbelievable wisdom, decided it was great to just keep the dead air in
and the cough. I think there was some kind of clearing of the throat.
Yeah. See, our clip is the same as that clip, only
shorter, and right to the point because the dead air was taken out. See, that's a radio
well, let's ask
lesson.
Stevie, what's different about your clip than our clip?
Well, I left the beginning in. You can kind of hear the start of the conversation. You can kind of hear the color analyst like talking with him. I don't know what how that went.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Okay.
No,
hear anything.
That's like something that's being played on the big screen at the Coliseum. It looks like. That wasn't the other guy. What are you talking?
Well, his mic was off. He was in the background because he was smart enough to put his mic off.
What part?
The beginning.
All right, here's the beginning. Stop me when you hear the other.
Yeah, please.
I know. All of a sudden, I'm thinking this is strange.
He's laughing along with him in the background.
What?
That's right. Concrete proof that the color analyst was in the room.
Yeah.
That's not what I said.
That's what the clip proves.
Clip proves it, though.
No, but he was laughing along with him. It kind of like sounds like he's laughing at him too.
No, it doesn't.
Sort of
It doesn't sound like any of that. You're just creating scenarios. Sounds like he's laughing at North Korea bombing. Shut up. It doesn't.
And that was before Howie Rose even said anything bad.
Exactly.
Right.
You're an idiot, Stevie.
And he leaves in half a Geico commercial at the end.
Enough with that guy.
And it just cuts off so abruptly.
It just
like
cuts off.
Not even an attempt at a smooth transition.
That was the most ragged-ass clip. You don't know about editing, huh?
I did. I mean,
No, he said there was more to the clip.
Yeah, there was
And
more to
he's
the
gonna
clip.
find it. So he found it.
Half a Geico commercial
and
a cough.
A cough and a I know.
Dead air and an I know. And then this mysterious color analyst talking and agreeing in the background and discussing fucking the fucking I don't know. I was trying to come up with a document of oldie days.
Travis said it sounds like when George
the
left.
Magna Carta.
The Bill of Rights.
The Magna Carta.
That's a good one,
They were
too.
discussing the Magna Carta.
The Louisiana Purchase.
Yes, you heard him talking in the background about the Louisiana Purchase.
Yes.
Travis saying it's like when George left his briefcase at the meeting.
Yeah. That's what it was like.
Wow, you're hilarious, Danny. Oh, Seinfeld. It's going deep.
Actually, it was funny, and it was Travis's line.
It's funny.
Yeah, steal Travis's line. At least Travis's original stuff.
I didn't steal it because I said it was Travis's line. I was giving him the credit for saying the line.
And we all laughed, Stevie. So now you're making fun of us for laughing at a good Seinfeld
We all
line.
laugh.
Just sit there and take the beating.
You know
Just
why?
sit there.
Because guys.
Stevie doesn't take any shit though.
Real guys
No, he
can
can't
listen
take
to shit like lines from shows, TV shows, and movies and shit, and laugh at them.
Right.
Because that's funny.
Stevie doesn't take any shit though.
No,
I'll
he's
say
yes,
that.
he doesn't. Oh, damn. Danny just keeps throwing shit at his head.
The same piece of paper keeps bouncing back to me. So I just keep throwing it back at him.
You didn't like that he did that line, Stevie?
What? No.
Say it. What?
What, you don't think Seinfeld lines are funny?
No, I do think it's funny. Just, you know.
It sounds like you want to defend yourself.
Yeah, what's the
This whole
I just
thing.
didn't find it. I was trying to bring something else to the show.
I think it was funny that it's like Seinfeld with the briefcase and the abrupt ending and, you know.
No, I
Stevie
thought
heard a mysterious glunk.
A clunk.
You didn't like that he threw out the Seinfeld line.
just ganging out like he's just piggybacking on that. At least, everyone else is being original.
He didn't piggyback.
I didn't piggyback on anything, Stevie.
Piggybacking is totally different.
Stop lying about every little thing that you
How do I
encounter.
lie about every little thing?
You're pathological. You're lying.
Pathological. What
Yes,
is that?
you are.
Do you even know what that means?
Oh, damn.
I do.
All right, what is it?
I know it's a false accusation. I want to see if you know what you're talking about.
Stevie, you lie every day about things.
Yeah.
What have I lied about?
Let's see.
You're a liar.
You've lied about like little things like going to on a food run. We say you'll fuck up a food run and go, but I watched him, but I told the guy that, and you're just lying. You didn't tell him anything.
No, that's bullshit. You're just making it up. You're mad.
See, do you see how this is how disrespectful Stevie is? But like he's disrespectful like this off the air too. But he thinks it's like this fun game thing.
Yeah.
But it's not. Like we've had to escort Stevie out. I've personally walked Stevie to the elevators once. Because
just said, get the fuck out.
I just had to make sure that he left the building.
Get the fuck out, right? Right? Is that it?
Are you serious, right?
Ooh. Yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah, I don't know what,
Shit.
Everyone in the, Danny, if you want to be like this,
Be like what?
be like this, but
What is he being like?
Yeah,
I'm
what's
confused.
he's being he's a prima donna about everything.
Oh, yeah, look at him.
Do you
He's
remember?
such a prima donna.
So hang on. So Travis had a funny Seinfeld line that I said, and I'm a prima donna for that. How does that
I'm
work?
not talking about. We're done with Seinfeld. Why are we still
Well,
talking about Seinfeld?
I thought we're still on it here because I don't seem to understand.
We're
how,
done talking about Seinfeld. Now I'm talking about you and being a prima donna.
How am I a prima donna?
Because you cried about someone melted my cheese and put tomatoes on a sandwich. You can take that stuff off.
No, it's not. It's not about what happens to my sandwich, Stevie. It's about how you can't get anything right.
Because that's the
You
whole thing
can't
started
get
from.
anything
You
right.
cried about about melted cheese and tomatoes on a sandwich.
Stevie, how about you can't get anything right?
How about-
you can't get anything right?
how about
Stevie.
you
It's
stop
not
being
about that, Stevie. It's about you fucking up everything that you do.
Right.
The point is that you can't get simple things correct. It's not the point. It's not the point that my sandwich is fucked up. It's the point that you can't get anything right time and time again. You cannot get anything correct.
Getting awfully defensive.
So, Stevie,
No, I'm telling you.
Your
I'm
logic-
telling you why I hate your fucking guts.
Stevie, your
and why
logic
everyone here
is-
hates your guts.
Your logic is when you fuck up and somebody calls you out on it, you're like, wow, you could fix my fuck up, so you're a prima donna.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying
he fucks up. You get mad, he fucks up, and you're a prima donna.
I'm not saying I didn't fuck up. I'm admitting I fucked up, but I mean, you don't have to make a big deal out of it. I told you I fucked up.
Have you
but
done
it's your
anything
job.
correct?
Yeah,
Dude,
I have
you
done
can't
things
even
correct.
get a breakfast order correct. Do you understand how fucking useless you are here? Do you
gotten
understand that you
plenty
will
of-
never get any kind of responsibility here because you can't even figure out how to get a fucking breakfast sandwich? Do you understand that? Do you understand that, Stevie?
Stevie,
every
comment?
fucking day you fuck up, you sit in the back office and you read your fucking Islanders book for 4 hours a day because no one will give you anything to do because they know that you're just gonna fuck it up.
You know what, Danny? I could have fucked up the huge KFC order, which caused, Roland, very nice of him to get, $122 worth of KFC.
It was very nice of Roland. And you know what? Roland had to Roland had to type out the order and print it out and give it to you because
He didn't have to.
You had to fuck it up.
What is this big?
I wouldn't have fucked it up anyway.
Here's what happened. What's going on? Long story short, hang on. Long story short with that, Roland's in the back office, right? Roland's in the office.
no.
And I just very nonchalant, I just go, hey, Roland, I was goofing around. I was like, you've been here for like 2 whole weeks. You haven't bought anyone lunch. And he goes, "Yeah, I'll get everybody. That's right. We want KFC." And bought everybody hundreds of dollars.
Like
worth.
hundreds of dollars.
It was over $100 worth of KFC?
Yes, it was very funny.
Where was I, man?
How
I
many
love KFC.
How
Not as
many
much as
was
Popeyes, but I
Stevie
love
just shoving in
Fucking
his face?
Stevie. Not only got his own food, because it's like one of those shitty combo like KFC Pizza Hut things. So not only got his own Pizza Hut, but then tagged on to Roland's buying everyone lunch thing.
I got a small little thing. Roland's like, get yourself a little thing too.
Not only did he tag on, but then he decided he didn't want to eat it.
So he spent Roland's money and then was like, "Meh, I don't need it."
Well, you guys were hungry.
Yeah.
I got Pizza Hut and I got a little KFC. What was it? What I got?
Fine.
Double stack?
You got a double down and a pizza.
Double down.
Nothing wrong with that.
And pizza.
And breadsticks.
Oh yeah, but Santa threw out the breadsticks though.
Nothing wrong with
And then you took them out of the trash and ate them again.
This fucking
wouldn't
guy.
let me.
No.
This kid, there's video. I forget which intern has it, but there's video of Stevie. Stevie spilt your cereal in the office, and the way that he cleaned this up was not by brushing it onto something and throwing it away. Stevie picked up like individual pieces of cereal and ate them off the floor.
Off the floor
to clean up.
Stevie, comment.
And it wasn't a bit. He didn't even know anybody was watching, and someone got it all
How
on
do you
tape.
know? How do you know that?
Because they told me.
Comment.
Oh yeah, were you there? Were you there?
Comment.
You don't even know how the whole thing went down.
Stevie makes me so mad. I would love to smack this kid.
Oh shit!
Stevie
just
right
here. Just put his arms out like I'm right here. I'm right here.
Stevie did I'm right here. Pulled his headphones
I know,
off.
I know where you are.
Stevie, don't play. Stevie, don't play.
I know where you are, Stevie. You almost weigh 200 pounds.
Oh, man.
I know where you are.
Damn.
Whatever.
There's no missing him.
Stevie, I guess there's a problem with you and Danny. I didn't realize this.
I don't know
until
why
today.
Danny hates me so much. He just look at him. He's a prima donna. Look at him. He can't stop bitching about me.
Stevie knows that.
You bitch about the littlest things. Why don't you get over it already? It was 2 weeks ago.
What's the whole thing, Steve? I'm bitching about your utter incompetence.
Incompetence?
On this program. You have no value to this show. You add nothing to this show except for your retardation.
See,
we keep you
you're
around.
wrong.
We keep you around because you're retarded. Do you understand that?
You're wrong,
Do you
Danny.
understand that?
Danny, I have contributed things to the
What
show.
have you
I've done a
contributed
lot.
to this show?
I've done plenty, but you don't want to. You don't want to accept that. You don't want to accept that, Danny.
I'm listening to you, Stevie.
No,
Give me
Danny,
one
Danny,
thing that you've done here. Give
I'm
me
done.
one thing that you've done
I said
here.
my
That
piece.
was
You
good.
just don't want to accept it.
Oh, man.
I just hear words coming out of your mouth. I don't hear anything.
Because you don't hear
You're not
people when they're
backing up
right.
your
You
claims
don't
with
hear
anything.
people when you have
When
nothing
they're
else to say.
So this is getting retarded because you're just talking.
Getting
and you're
retarded because I'm involved, right? Because I'm a retard. Is that it? I'm a retard. I'm a retard, Danny. Right?
You don't hear people when they're right. How about you?
Let's
Stevie?
beat the whole retard.
Fuck up for 2 seconds.
What are you gonna do?
You won't give any kind of substance to your claims. You're just saying, "Oh, I do all these things." Then I go, "Well, what are they?" And you just go, "Oh, you're a prima donna." What you got there?
I'm contributing right now, you moronic bitch. What is this? What are we doing right now?
Try coming up with something that Sam didn't write on a piece of paper for you.
I was gonna say that anyway, you moron. Sam is Let's go.
Shit.
I just hit Danny
I'm
with a
not
piece of
going to
paper.
hit you.
You can throw papers at me, but you can't take it? Is that Oh, throw a plastic knife. Ooh, that was real original.
Can't throw a plastic knife.
Stevie's very excited.
And I think you hit Jimmy, too. I'm sorry,
He knows
Jimmy.
that nothing will happen from
Right,
this.
right. He's
so
like,
right now he's got like force field on, so he knows he can do anything he wants.
Because you can't. Danny knows you can't punch people in the workplace.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Well, it's cute, Stevie.
What
So,
are you-
so when
Danny,
you throw
you're
your headphones
talking-
off like a tough guy and put your hands up, Stevie.
We've never. Here's how retarded you are, Stevie.
Okay, I'm retarded.
Okay?
All right.
We've never had an intern that was so bad that we said this kid. He can't do anything, but he has some kind of value on the air. So, Stevie, for your next internship round here, you're only allowed to be here for show hours. You're not allowed to be here if the show isn't live on the air. Do you understand that? That's never happened for any intern ever. As big of fuck-ups as we've had in here. We've had a lot of fuck-ups. But we've never had to make special circumstance because you are just completely unruly.
You could be the worst.
You are the worst.
Unruly.
You can't do
I'm the
anything
worst, right?
right.
Yeah, sure.
I suck. I'm a
You
complete
do.
failure.
Yes,
right?
that is true. That is true. And I will try to have sex with your sister. Definitely.
Oh man, that
Oh,
would
wow.
be good.
Oh, ooh, yeah, because my sister really, accepted your friend request on Facebook and all that, because she's totally not, she's not freaked out
She
by
did.
you at all.
Freaked out.
Yeah,
She did.
She's scared of you. She's like, oh, who is this freak?
Oh, man. No.
Maybe she meant you.
Keep going. What else?
No, that's it. You're a freak, and you're being a,
imagine Danny just
you're
fucking his sister.
nitpicking. You're nitpicking on little things that are in the past.
I'm nitpicking your ability at your job here.
Okay, which
That's what I'm
you're,
thinking.
which I have done more than you're saying that I've done. I've done plenty.
Stevie,
I have contributed.
Let me clue you in on something.
Just because you have a job and all that, you think that you're so great. You know, you were once an intern too. You know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And you know,
Well,
yes, and you know what? I did my job really well, and that's why I'm fucking still around.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm trying just as hard as you did. Not everyone's gonna
No,
be
you're
perfect
not,
all the
because
time.
I didn't fuck up.
Okay,
I didn't fuck
whatever,
anything up,
whatever.
Stevie.
It's
You
all-
know why? Because if I fucked up as much as you
Hindsight
did,
is
I wouldn't have
20/20,
had any
isn't it?
responsibility.
Okay.
How about
Nothing
no
for you is
sight?
20/20.
Stevie.
For you, hindsight is like 80/80 at least.
I know,
Or
and
more.
I'm not ashamed to admit that. That's
All
fun.
right, yeah.
It's fun. Whatever.
Do you understand that you were hired based on how terrible you are? Like, you came in for the interview, and people said, "Holy shit, this kid's fucking stupid."
Sam,
We
is
have
that true,
to take
Sam?
him.
Is that true, Sam?
Sam, comment?
No, not even close.
Why was he hired then?
Strong resume and good interview.
Right.
Strong resume.
He's got good interviewing skills.
What are
This
some
Stevie.
jobs that you've held prior to this
There you
internship?
go, Stevie. Some jobs you've held.
Well, I worked at a well, it wasn't like a telemarketing place, but it was similar to that though. It was like,
What do you mean? Then what was it?
That's communications right there. That's
Why does
something
everyone
we
get
look
so
for.
mad by Stevie?
That's something we
Yeah,
look for.
Why is
They're
there
all-
such?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what
I
it is.
don't know
I'll tell you what it
why.
is. If you really want the truth, I'll tell you what it is. See, Stevie.
I think it's just
Stevie gets coddled by
jealousy.
like. There's this whole good cop, bad cop thing that happens. Like, you yell at Stevie, and then Sam goes, "It's okay, Stevie. It's okay," and pets his head and gives him a little shoulder massage and goes, "It's okay, it's okay.
Give him snacks
Come back
too?
tomorrow."
A little snack? Nice.
So
Good for you, Sam.
So he's basically doing
Sam's
like
trying to bring people up.
Sam is basically he's the intern whisperer, but in reverse. Like, he does all the shit that you're not supposed to
You're
do.
not supposed to do to the
because
dog.
it just breeds bad behavior. So
Yeah.
he just does all of those things.
Sam is following in the footsteps of Martin
Sam's
Luther
the
King.
only
And
one
that's another
that's
thing.
helped me out.
Stevie worships Sam.
Well, he
the
should.
ground that he walks
should. He's
on.
like MLK.
He's the only
And
one
if
that
you
helps
ask,
me out.
if you ask Stevie, if you ask Stevie, Sam is the only one here who gets paid.
I didn't know. You all get
He's
paid.
the only one here.
Sam's the
who
only
he
one
has
that
to
helps
answer
me
to.
out.
In the office,
Sam's the only
shut
one
up.
that doesn't spend the entire day shitting
Shut
on
up.
me.
Oh.
All I
You
do is
everything
get
wrong,
shit on.
Stevie.
I don't do everything wrong.
Yes, you do.
I make mistakes, and I admit that I make mistakes.
You know why you don't do
and I
anything
fix
wrong
them.
anymore? Because you're not allowed to do anything.
No one gives
Well,
you
it's not
anything.
my choice. You guys are being dickheads and not giving me anything to do.
But you can't get anything right.
You don't know. Yes, I can. You don't realize
Here
that.
is because you did something wrong. Because you
No,
suck.
no.
You're in here because you suck a dick.
And you're here because I suck a dick.
Yes, that is right.
Oh my God.
That is correct.
Oh.
You're in this room because
I can't
of your
believe you're getting
terribleness.
so mad about me, Danny. This is
I'm not. I
not.
think it's
You
hysterical.
are. You're yelling. Look at you, and then you're smiling and cover it up.
Oh,
You're like,
this kid's good.
he's ready to pop a vein, and he goes, "Oh no, it's okay though."
Why do you get mad though? Because I forget Stevie's even part of the show until the next time I see him. I go, oh yeah, Stevie.
Because you leave at 9:59 and and you don't have to deal with them anymore. Like, I'll be around until the end of the day, and I have to deal with him because he doesn't
Off-air
deal with
Stevie.
You tell him to leave and he doesn't, and then fucking Sam
Because
goes,
he wants to
"Go
learn,
Stevie,
right,
Stevie."
Sam? Sam,
and then it brings him back for another 25
He wants to
fucking
soak
minutes.
in everything this internship has to offer, right?
Yeah, I mean, this internship is not, a 6 to 11 thing. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes and
that
a
it?
lot of elements that go into making
That's
a
right.
show that Stevie needs to be a part
Stevie,
of.
do you
That's right.
realize you do fuck a lot of things up?
Yeah, but I'll admit that.
That's why he's an intern.
I make mistakes, and I'm
but
here
you
to
can't
learn.
You can't just admit it, and then it goes away.
You learn from it, though.
fuck a lot of shit up.
But the things that I fucked up, I haven't fucked up since I fucked them up the first time.
Because no one gives you that responsibility anymore.
if they don't want to do it, that's
If you
their
crash a car and then no one lets you drive anymore,
I can't
you
drive.
can't then
Yeah,
go.
well,
It's an example. You crash a car and then no one lets you drive a car anymore. You can't say, "Well, I haven't crashed a car," because no one lets you drive it anymore. So when you fuck something up and no one lets you do it anymore, you can't then say, "I haven't fucked that up."
You know how many
You're
people
so
have killed
bad.
people from
Or is
DWI
he being,
car
or is
accidents?
he being a prima donna?
What is
Which
it?
is
No,
it?
What is
no.
it?
Isn't he being a little prima donna?
I
Just
use
I
it-
like Anthony. I
about
don't like
your fucking
you.
work?
I use it as an example.
Oh, home run.
Come on, give him all the shit. Why don't you give him all the shit that you just
No,
given me? Give
he's
him all the
giving me
shit.
because you know what he's doing. He's giving me constructive criticism.
Yep.
All you do is shit on me.
Because you're
That's all
a
you do.
lost
Oh,
cause.
big fucking
You're a
deal.
lost
You
cause because you don't listen. You don't listen.
So you don't have to do your job. That's it. You don't have to help the interns out. Is that
I'm
it?
your fucking boss. I'm your boss, Stevie.
Yeah.
and
So
look at how you, look at what
act
you do.
like it. Act like a fucking professional. You don't.
Stevie, I've taken you to the side and I've spoken to you like an adult. And I sat you down and I said, Stevie, look, you really got to try harder
Like
at
an
this.
adult, you talk down to me like I'm some fucking dog that can't do shit.
Instead of lying again.
How am I lying? How am I lying?
Because if you'd shut up, let me talk. Do you remember last week I brought you into the office and I sat you down and I had a real person talk with you?
Okay,
I had a real. You had a big boy talk.
It lasted for 2 seconds, and you talked down to me like a dog that I just shit his carpet, and then you were like rubbing my nose in it.
Well, that's how you stop a dog from shitting on the rug.
Okay, well that's not a man-to-man talk. If you're gonna tell me you had a man-to-man talk,
but you're lying, Stevie, because that's not what happened.
I know what happened. I was there. I know what happened. If we had a man-to-man talk,
Steve,
I would have known. I would have respected you for it.
Steve, you're
I have
lying.
no respect for you anymore.
You have no respect for anyone here except for Sam. You have no respect for anybody here.
No, I have no respect for you because you shit on me.
He doesn't have guts. He just knows that there'll be nothing. Nothing will ever happen because of this. Nothing will ever happen.
Oh, man.
Danny, why do you hate me so much?
Because you're bad at your job and, you shouldn't be here. You're wasting your time here.
Opinion.
And there's somebody in college that actually wants to get credit for this internship, and they're not getting it because your dumbass is sitting here fucking up food orders all day.
Why don't you base something on fact before you just throw all your opinions out there?
I'm not basing anything on facts.
It's an opinion. Your opinion is that you hate me. We've gotten that already.
No, it's not an opinion, Stevie. It is a fact that you suck at every task that you're given. You cannot complete any task.
You said that already. Will you say something else now? Because
that's the issue.
I know that you hate me.
That's what we're talking about. That's
I know that I have messed things up in the past.
Right. The conversation is about
stop
you
talking about how
up.
bad Stevie is at his job. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah.
No, but he's saying the same shit over and over again, though.
Sam, is Stevie bad at his job? What does he do good?
He had a rough start, but I'd say he's been improving steadily.
Nice.
Oh, God.
Good for you, Stevie.
Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that.
You're going to get about a B on your internship at this point.
Well, I mean, Sam is the only one that has been giving me help and constructive criticism and has walked me through this the way.
What, when
he's been great. Sam
when he makes you kiss his fucking Converse, that's when he's been great.
No, I asked for him to.
That wasn't. I'm sorry.
That wasn't forceful.
Stevie,
and he
do you have any concept of sarcasm?
Of course. No, wait, no.
Go on. See? Go on. He knows. Kid knows.
So all this, see the fist, you just bumped fists with
pounded it out.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
See, you just pounded it out. You did a little fist bump there with Sam. Do you realize Sam put his fist up goofing on you? Do you realize your hero, Sam, goofs on you incessantly?
No.
And he's very sarcastic whenever he gives you praise. He is one of the worst people in here. Sam is the epitome of evil in this place.
Do you know what's going to happen the day that a light bulb goes off in Stevie's head and he realizes Sam has been worse than anyone here?
Yes.
It won't. It's not going to happen, right?
Sam can punch this kid in the dick all day long, and then he'll get mad at me, and then I'll laugh because he's doubled over in pain. And he'll go, "No, I'm not doing anything for you," and he'll point to me, and I'm like, Stevie, I'm not the one that punched you in the dick 5 times in a row.
Right.
I didn't treat your testicles like a speed bag.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
When did I say that?
Stop acting like an idiot.
Acting like an idiot. I got
Stop
kicked
it.
in the nuts yesterday, and you guys did nothing about it.
What
are you supposed to do?
Very
put ice on it?
forcefully, and I didn't want to bring this up on air, but you guys are giving me so much shit. I got kicked in the nuts yesterday.
What are you supposed
What do
to
you mean
do?
you got kicked in the nuts?
Freaking Travis yesterday reared back, kicked me in the nuts.
No, that was an accident. I was walking and I knocked it in.
I don't know what happened to
How
this
is that
place.
accident? Yeah.
How is that ever an accident?
Yeah. How did you accidentally kick Stevie in the nuts?
How is that ever an accident?
We were practicing our whole, Christmas show spectacular.
Yeah, sure you were.
Travis was showing me Monty Python, The Ministry of Silly Walks.
Oh, right.
And Stevie happened to be in the way.
Oh, he was in the way. Wow, that's
off to the side in the way.
And this is called working the rest of the day, I guess, huh?
That
No,
really,
this is because fucking Sam never he can't keep him out of the fucking office because it has to be a carnival in the office until 2 o'clock.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sam was teaching me things, and I was actually getting stuff done with Sam. Unlike you
don't
guys.
get anything done
We
ever.
were watching a movie.
The only thing I've ever seen you get done is you've eaten about 8 fucking double cheeseburgers from McDonald's in a row. And I have the video. I have my video on my phone
while
of you
Sam was
eating
doing
them
work for
all in a row.
Audible,
It
you
was
were watching a
hysterical.
movie, and Sam was getting more work done than you were.
Company time?
I've never. What movie was
You
I
just said
watching?
you were watching a movie.
That's a lie, Stevie. You're just lying on the air now. You just
Oh, I'm
flat
not,
out.
but I'm
yeah,
the
you're
liar.
lying.
You just admitted it, but I'm a liar.
Ooh.
When did I admit anything? I said I was never watching a movie.
Stevie, congrats. They're obsessed with you.
You're
They
terrible.
really are. They're obsessed with you.
If you guys hate me so much,
you
and why
must be that damn good.
You know, hate is one of the most sincere forms of flattery.
So, yeah, that's
trying to answer for everything.
Somebody Hitler
reads.
really was flattering the Jews.
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about? Hate is
Would
the
Sam lie to
sincerest
you?
form of flattery?
Would Sam lie to you?
Sam's, you know what? You all give me shit. Sam has given me shit, but at least Sam.
Why are we moving on from him
at
getting
least-
kicked in the balls, by the way?
Yeah, I know. I don't just.
Travis,
brush
how
over-
did that happen that you accidentally kicked Stevie
It
in
was
the
just an
balls?
accident. It just happened. I didn't mean it, and I apologize
How
to
do you
Stevie.
You didn't apologize to me. I was curled over in pain. You're like, oh, it didn't hurt at all.
I said I'm sorry.
You didn't say you were sorry. You're like, oh, come on, it wasn't that bad. I had to go home on the train. Freaking, my nuts were fucking
You're not allowed
discolored.
on the train.
Yes, no, the
Oh.
LIRR.
Oh, he's not that.
Oh, Long Island retard rails.
Oh, man.
Yeah, why don't you get on a subway, you fucking tough guy?
Yeah,
why don't you
why
go,
can't you
go,
take
go,
a
go,
subway?
get on the fucking
I
6 train?
I want to know why I was kicked in the nuts.
Why
Well,
can't
stop
you
trying
take
to brush
subway?
over
No,
this.
Stevie,
Fucking
it was
don't
an
ask me.
accident, and I
Why,
apologize.
he apologized. It's done. Why
When did
can't
you
you go on the
apologize?
subway?
What-
Why can't you go on the subway?
Why was it?
Why can't you go on the subway? Why can't you go on the subway?
I want to know why it
Why
happened.
can't you go on the subway? Why can't you go on the subway?
I can go.
Why
on
can't
the,
you go on the subway?
I can go on the subway.
No, you can't.
No, you
now
can't.
you're lying again.
You're lying.
I'm allowed to go. I'm my own man. I'm not. Look, just
Really?
because my
Go
mom
on it.
said something.
Go on it right now.
Why can't you go on the
no,
subway?
no, because
Why
that
can't
would
you go on the subway?
because you guys want to get rid of me. I'm not going to let you off that easy.
Because you're a pussy. You're a faggot. You're afraid to go
I'm
on
a
the fucking
pussy.
subway.
Then why don't you do something if you're so much less
Because
of a
that's not
pussy
the,
than I
that's not
am?
the way this works, Stevie. That's
It's not?
That's not how professional people work.
Oh, you're going to talk to me about professionalism?
Yeah.
You're one of the least professional people I've ever met, and you're going to talk to me about professionalism.
Stevie, I've seen you yesterday.
Wow.
Yesterday, you showed up and you read a book all day.
I wasn't all
So
day.
tell me-
I
so
did
keep talking
plenty
to me
shit.
about
That was in between.
You didn't
Keep
read a
talking
book
to
all
me.
day. You also got kicked in the
Stevie,
nuts.
This fucking kid lies so
Yeah.
hard.
Jesus.
I so
It's
hard.
during show hours, right? We looked at his Facebook, and Stevie posted an Islanders video, like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
So,
nice.
like,
Stevie.
well,
I was-
Stevie, what are you doing? You
Go
working for the
Islanders.
show, or are you posting an Islanders video? And
I
then he
was
said,
on there
"Shut
for-
up!" He said, "I posted it."
Yeah.
He then goes, "I posted it as a mistake."
I posted
didn't
it
say that.
as a mistake.
Stevie?
Stevie, comment. Stevie, comment.
He's fucking, that's slander. That's fucking ridiculous.
Slander?
Oh, man.
I was on there for 2
What are you, a lawyer
seconds.
now? You're a lawyer?
Accusations.
I was on there for 2
So,
seconds, and I told you I was on there, so what the fuck is the problem?
Stevie's contribution to the program yesterday, during his internship duties yesterday, he sat in the office, he read an Islanders book, and then posted an
Yeah, I
Islanders
guess,
video
doing
on,
the
on
FU
Facebook.
lines and taking care of all the other things that I put
You
on
didn't do
TV.
anything.
Are you
You
sure?
didn't do anything yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you pay attention? Because I did plenty of
You didn't
things
do anything
yesterday.
yesterday.
What'd you do yesterday?
I did plenty of things yesterday.
Why? If there's so plenty, just pick one. What'd you do?
I did the FU line for Derek. I
Okay,
did.
and when he says that, just so people know out there, what that means is that he opened a folder up and hit right-click save as a couple of times.
Yeah, but if I
Is
don't
that
do
it?
I'm the only one who does it, though. Because they all leave it to me, because I do it.
What
I get
else
it
did you
done.
do? That's very fast.
Okay, well, I still did it, and
Nothing?
I did... Sam, what else? Rest Sam.
So you don't have to ask Sam what you did.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Sam's
Just
the only
say it.
one here that'll vouch for me. Sam's the only
What
one.
else did you do?
Sam, what else did he do
What
yesterday?
else did you do?
Sam's fair.
Sam is very
What else
fair
did you
in this
do,
situation.
Stevie?
Sam,
The
voice of reason. Will
Don't
you get on
fucking
my
bring it.
please?
If you bring up the FU line again,
No,
I swear to fuck.
We did that. We did
What
that.
did you do?
I wrote out some stuff for them that they needed.
What stuff?
I don't know. I can't even remember at this point.
What the fuck is that?
This kid was here
It's
for
fair
10
enough. He got
hours.
kicked in the fucking balls.
He was here for 10 hours.
It would
I
affect your
watched
fucking memory.
Sam was teaching me audibles. He was teaching me how to do.
And Travis was teaching you how to take a kick to the nuts.
Yeah, which hurt
I'm obsessed
really-
with that part of this.
It
argument.
hurt like hell, Opie.
Why are you getting kicked in the nuts?
That's fantastic.
And they've done it a lot, but this is the first time he did it really hard. Like, it was really hard.
It was a mistake, Steve.
A mistake?
And I apologize.
You kicked me in the nuts on accident.
It was like when you posted the Islander video. It was a
kicked you on
mistake.
I didn't say that. I
He kicked
admitted
you
that
on
I was on, but I
mistake.
was only on for 5 minutes, and he's making a big shit deal out of this.
A big shit deal.
Big shit deal.
Wow.
This kid's
Watch
got
out for
good.
the.
Why was I kicked in
got
the
the
nuts,
comeback.
Travis?
Stevie.
Why did you really do that? No.
How many times do I have to tell you? It was a fucking accident.
That's bullshit, and you know it.
See how he see it? This is him. Not this isn't on
But
the
no
air.
one explain.
This
No one
isn't
is
on the air.
explaining why it's an accident. How does someone accidentally get kicked in the balls?
Because I was trying to just get him out of the office, and I was motioning my foot, and it fucking hit him in the nuts. And I apologized, and that's it, Stevie. And let's fucking
Motioning your
drop it.
foot?
That wouldn't hold up in court.
What is wrong with you? You're supposed to be running an internship program, not kicking people in the nuts.
And Stevie, you're supposed to actually be doing things that are.
I would have been doing things if I wasn't curled over in pain with my nuts in my hand.
My nuts in my hands.
This isn't going to help the internship program.
You actually have to do intern things.
Potential interns are going to think they got to get kicked in the nuts to be here.
You wrote things you don't know what they were? Why? It was yesterday. What do you got, amnesia?
You stole Derek's credit card last week. You want to talk about
I
that?
didn't steal it. He has it now. I gave it back to him.
Yeah, we talked
after a
about
week
that.
and a half,
Okay.
sure.
I never took it
It was
out
a
of this.
misunderstanding. We went over that.
I never took it out of this building.
Yeah.
So glad that you're going to return with us for another semester.
Really?
Shut up, Danny. I know you're there. You're so full of shit. You know
Do
what?
you realize that is your superior right there? And
Look,
you're
I know, but
being
I'm not-
insubordinate?
I'm tired of him just shitting on me, and then
I'm tired of you fucking everything up.
I don't fuck everything up.
Yes, you do.
I
Yeah.
make
You're bad. You're
mistakes,
terrible.
but that's why I'm here. I'm
You're
here to
terrible
learn.
at everything
And
that you
instead
do.
of being helpful
Here to learn.
and teaching me, you just fucking you suck and you don't do this right and blah 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 blah.
Because when you can't get coffee right like 1,000 times,
I can't-
man.
I've
what do you-
gotten
what-
coffee
what
right
am I
plenty of
supposed to-
times.
What?
Plenty times.
That's how
You're
internships
really
work.
reaching,
That's why
Danny. You're
interns
really
get-
reaching now. You're really reaching.
You're right.
now.
I'm reaching.
No, because you're just making shit up to make me look even worse than I actually am.
No, you're bad. You're terrible.
You're reaching for another cheeseburger.
I enjoy my food.
You're reaching for
What do you
another.
say?
You're reaching for another fucking piece of cereal that you're going to eat up off the
Oh,
carpet.
yeah, piggyback on Anthony's joke because I'm fat, right?
I'm just saying facts that happened.
Okay,
Like,
well,
that's part of
we
that's
talked
part of
about that
history now.
already, too. Again, you're repeating conversations we've already
I don't
had.
call it piggyback. I call it Stevie back.
No.
Yeah.
Come on, yell at him for making fat jokes. Come on, do it.
Because
Come on,
he
you just made a fat joke.
He's funny when he makes the fat jokes. You're just an idiot.
Oh, man.
Now it's in a quandary.
He's such a little weasel.
Am I?
Now it's in a quandary.
I'm a weasel. I'm a weasel, Danny.
You're a big time weasel.
If I'm a little weasel and you
You're
hate
in a
me, why do you
quandary.
spend so much time talking about
I
me?
don't. I try to make you leave. I try to escort you down.
You're
the
really
elevator.
trying to get rid of me right now, right, Danny? You really want me to get...
We got until May.
May.
Fucking rules. All right. I don't know why it gets everyone's so fucking mad.
Everyone gets very angry with you, Stevie.
I'm sorry that I make everyone so angry, but I'm not trying to. They just get angry at me.
Why do you think that is?
I'll tell
Maybe
you
it's
what, I'll
you.
tell you exactly why it is.
Oh,
Because
here we go.
we've had a lot of big time retards in here.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
And we've had even guys like Bobo and David and stuff, and like it's fun and you could play and everything's happening, everything's a good time. But then sometimes when there's just too much going on and you have to go, David, all right, okay, or Bobo, all right already, all right, and they'll understand and they'll sit there. And then, and just calm the situation down. Stevie has no gauge of what's too much, Stevie can be heard yelling almost at the top of his lungs down the hallway. Like, I can't believe that we haven't gotten in any kind of shit for it
tell
yet.
him why I was yelling.
But-
Tell him why I'm yelling.
Stevie, I don't know why.
Because I have Tourette's, right? I just yell uncontrollably.
Why were you yelling, Stevie?
They do shit to me all the time. Like, they sneak up on me. They take my shit away. They take my shoes
Stevie,
off
let
and
me ask
hide
you a
it from me.
question. Who takes your shoes off, Stevie? Who does it? Is it me or is it Sam? Have I ever fucking taken your
It's
shoe
not
off?
just Sam. Stop trying to pin everything on Sam.
Oh, man, he loves Sam.
Dude, I'm not talking about anybody else right now.
Sam.
I'm asking you right now. Have I ever have I ever hit you in the ball,
Look,
Stevie? Have I ever taken your shoes off, Stevie? Have I ever hidden any of your fucking clothes?
See, I don't know because
So then shut the fuck up.
You took my fucking belt. You took my fucking intern belt when I was trying to get
that's
work
right.
done.
That's right, Stevie. I took your plastic WWE intern championship.
No, it's
with the
the
world
executive
belt.
intern
You're
belt.
right.
You knew that I enjoyed that belt. You didn't have to take it from me.
You know the things that come out of his
But the
mouth.
shoes.
He was very proud of his belt.
Sam takes your shoes and you lick Sam's ass.
I took one shoe.
That was
Fucking
See, that's the thing is that I don't always know who takes my stuff.
You're a herb.
They. All right, whatever,
hey, Herb.
whatever. Just throw that name around again. Here we go, Herb.
You're a herb.
You're a herb.
Yes, I'm Herb Brooks. I'm the coach of the Miracle on Ice team. I'm Herb Brooks.
Nice. I like that. Hockey reference. Beautiful.
Good one.
Damn.
Kid's unbeatable.
Brilliant. You won't even tell me what it means, but you'll say it a million times though.
It's just you.
See, that's all he has to say. He won't even tell me what it means.
It's a loser. It's some fucking just punk bitch fag. It's you.
Punk bitch
Okay,
fag.
based on what? What are you basing that
on your entire?
I think it's based on
every,
you
on
just
every
hate me.
interaction I've ever had with you.
You just hate me. You just hate me, Danny. That's it. Just say that you hate me. There's no
I do.
other
I
reason.
absolutely hate you. But
okay, but there's no other reason for you to say anything else. Just you hate me. That's it.
Yeah, but it's not like I saw your face the first day you were here and I was like, that fucking kid? I can't stand
There's
it. There was
reason.
reasons why.
I bet you
built
did
up.
though.
It's built
Hatred.
up over time.
Yeah,
Like,
hatred
I
built
don't
up.
like you because of all the things.
I've
like I gotta say honestly, Danny has never gotten along with me ever.
Yep.
He's given me the most
because
trouble
you've
out of
never
any-
done anything wrong.
Pat from Winaga said you need Miracle on Eyes.
Damn straight.
Pat.
Good old Pat. Good lines. Pat loosened everybody up. See, everyone's
great.
laughing now.
Miracle
There's
on Eyes.
Smiles and laughs going on. All right. So Stevie gets kicked in the balls and all this stuff is taken away from him.
Yeah. He gets kicked in the nuts. All his stuff gets stolen from Sam, yet he loves Sam because he thinks Sam is teaching him. But he doesn't understand Sam is a smarmy, nasty man.
He's got what is
Sam
that?
was
when
just
the-
trying to make him feel like one of the guys.
Yeah,
What's that when you fall in
He's
love
trying to
with your
bring him up a little
your,
bit, that's all.
Oh, yes.
kidnapper?
Yes, the Stockholm,
Stockholm
syndrome. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's just
Yeah.
like
He's got the Stockholm
as
syndrome.
much as Stevie doesn't
Stevie,
like.
list who you hate the most, and then go down from there.
Definitely number one is Danny. Obviously,
right.
it's got. Come on, I mean,
All right, who's
Danny.
number 2?
probably Travis because he wailed me in the nuts.
All right, Travis.
And has
With a
no
kick in the
and
nuts.
doesn't even care that he did it. He's saying it's an
He
accident.
said he was sorry 20 times.
No, he didn't. He said, "Oh, come
Holy
on, didn't
shit,
hurt
play
that
the
man."
fucking tape.
Stevie, what do you want me to do?
He said he was sorry.
I want to know why I was kicked in the nuts. You still haven't.
Stevie,
He said it was
I've
an
explained
accident.
this like 5 times.
Okay,
And he
tell
said
me.
he was
It's
sorry.
an accident, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're going to stick with.
What do you
You're
want me
going
to
to stick with that.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to tell me why you
I'm
really
done.
kicked me
I'm
in the
done.
nuts. Is it because you hate me? If you
Stop
say,
being retarded.
I don't hate
Stop
you,
being
Stevie.
retarded.
well, then I'd
Stop
I'd rather
being
you tell me that
retarded,
than lie to me and just totally
Look at
just
his rosy red cheeks
stop.
now.
Oh,
His
just
blood
stop.
They're
pressure's
appley.
going up.
Little apples.
Jesus, a little apple.
Little kissable apples.
I'm naturally blush.
Yes, like Prince Harry.
Yes, just like it.
I love you. Noise everybody.
Keep going with the list.
Oh, okay.
really-
Number 3,
he
I
really
would probably say is Troy because he hit on my mom and it made me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, sure.
Wow,
Right.
he's in 3rd place after trying to have sex with your mom.
Troy never
That's some
kicked
real
me in the
hatred for
nuts.
Danny and Travis.
Yeah, but
Or-
Sam
or-
has.
And
No, not
That
So where's
Troy
Sam?
just bangs
How
his
come
own
Sam
nuts
isn't on that
against
list?
your
Sam,
mom.
okay.
How come Sam is not
the
even
other
fourth on the
people
list?
have done it as you guys have kicked me lightly in the nuts as a joke.
You guys, I never
How
have.
many times have you been
Stop
kicked
saying
in
you
the
guys.
nuts?
Stop saying you
About
guys.
20.
I didn't know there was a
About
Stevie, have
20.
I ever touched your
per nut?
testicles?
Was that 40 times?
You want?
Never.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
So
You
Danny's
we're
never touched your testicles.
Pulling
That's
Nixon.
fair?
Deny.
Just like Tricky Dick.
What did Danny
Pretty
do to
good.
your testicles?
I've never touched his good.
He is between Travis and Danny. They have done sexual things
my
that have made me
God.
very uncomfortable.
With each other, not with you.
No. They've done things to me like they've all gotten like gay, like making gay passes at me.
You have humped him.
I might have humped him.
I don't know
but
what
I've never
goes
kicked
on
him
in
in
this
the
place. I don't know what goes on.
I have been humped. I have been.
Let me ask you for
Felt
the
out.
record on air, have I ever done a sexual thing to you?
No, you have not.
Thank you. Have I ever touched your nuts?
No.
Attaboy.
I want to be on the Jim Norton list.
On the record.
I've
Oh,
never
me too,
touched
of
you
course.
sexually.
And Anthony.
Well, believe me, I would love if we can just get rid of the kid so that there's no temptations.
Yeah.
Wow,
You really just deserve to
this
be
guy's been
escorted out of the
hazed
building.
for way too long.
Yeah, I know. Isn't the initiation thing kind of over? I mean, I'm almost.
Yeah, here's how much he hates it. You haze him, and then he leaves the room, and then you go, "Hey, Stevie," and he just comes right back in.
Yeah.
Well, what do you want me to do? Ignore you?
Hey, Steve.
Yep.
I'm a freaking intern. I have to do what you
Here's
guys want me
here's
to
what
do.
You go, Stevie, go home.
Because
Go
then if I
home.
don't do what you say, I'm an
You're like
insubordinate.
standing- he stands there with
What am I supposed to do, Danny?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's no win.
He stands there with his jacket on.
Pulled his mic.
He stands there with a sad face and his
not
jacket on,
You're so
not
tough,
leaving.
Danny. You're so
Danny pulled the cord out of his microphone. The microphone just
He just doesn't shut up. He just says words. It's
And
like you're not
Sam's right
saying
there. Give him
anything.
another mic.
off my mic, how are you?
Sam's right there.
Right
for him.
there.
Maxwell.
Sam's right there.
You're real tough. They should give you a radio show in Cleveland. I know you're not. That was sarcasm. See, I can do that too.
Oh, man, this kid is good.
I can't figure you out, Stevie.
Figure me out.
Kid's hanging in there, man. He's hanging
Because he
in
knows he'll never. Dude, it's a tough spot
there.
to
I
be
don't
in.
care. It's funny. I'm just laughing.
Yeah, I get it. But the thing is that he.
Look at you. He keeps going with it. Look at him. You're out of your freaking mind. Look at you. Look at you.
Control.
Yeah, I'm
The
crazy
guy's
over
been,
here.
The guy's been humped, kicked in the balls 20 times. What's the gay fucking thing again?
They made gay passes at me.
Has anyone kissed you?
They've tried. Luckily, I've avoided that one.
All right, I'm done with you, Steve.
We got Walt Frazier standing by.
Is he here?
I don't know. He'll be here
Oh,
soon.
look at the little tiger on TV.
Has he come here or no?
Adorable.
So we're going to take a break.
What
happened?
Danny grabbed the headphones from Stevie. And there goes Stevie. Sulking down the hall.
He's got his shoulders held high.
Yeah, I see the shoulders up high.
Are they?
He's allowed to, because Sam says he's allowed to just do whatever he wants. So he runs around here fucking just acting like that nonstop. Nonstop. On air, off air, it doesn't matter.
Sam's just bringing him up.
Yep.
Building him up.
Yeah. Building him up.
Building him up.
He's okay.
Take care of it. See,
now he's going to go.
Sure he's all right.
Make sure he's got enough reading material back there. I don't want him to get bored today.
All right, we're going to take a break and talk to the Great Walt Frazier.
Yes, coming up.
Coming up next.
And now, this is the Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
All right, just got a text from Roland.
Oh, yeah?
On my way up with Walt.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you got?
Oh, yeah, we know.
That old
I was
hat?
listening to my Alice in Chains there. Yeah, Walt Frazier will be here in a second or two. Promoting his book, A Guide to Basketball and Cool, Rockin' Steady, Walt Frazier and Ira Burkow.
Ira.
With an introduction by Bill Russell. I guess it's a book that came out a while ago, and they updated it for the current time.
Written with Ira.
Ira Burkow. When was this written originally?
72, I think. I'm guessing.
1945.
Oh, no, it's different. It's wrong.
Oh, that's when he was born. 1974.
Okay.
And, they touched it up a little bit and threw it out there again. So, supposedly this book reached cult status when it first came out in 1974. And the Great Walt Frazier gave the Knicks 2 championships, 1970 and 1973, I believe.
Yeah.
When they had one hell of a team with Willis Reed, Bill Bradley, Dave DeBusschere. Phil Jackson was part of that action. Jerry Lucas, that retard, hit a weird shot.
Jerry Lucas.
It would hit the shit above. He had such a weird arc on his balls.
Oh, really?
Sometimes if they were set up for the circus or something, he would hit something up there. He's some weirdo. And he was a speed reader, I believe.
Really?
I don't know why I know this stuff. Yeah. Jerry Lucas. I wonder what happened to him.
Exactly. He's probably reading quickly somewhere. Telling you. Probably bores everybody with facts about a book. He gets half of it wrong because he zipped through it in 8 minutes.
Zero comprehension.
All right, I'll call you back. I'm going to read War and Peace. Get right back to you.
We got Walt Frazier walking down the hall, a fucking NBA legend.
Wow.
Hell
An
yeah.
all-star. Look at, he's still got the swagger. Look at him.
Oh, yeah.
He still looks very intense.
He's 65 years old.
There he
The great
is.
Walt Frazier.
Sir.
What's going on, Walt?
Good, man.
We were just talking about, obviously you won championships with the Knicks in 70 and 73, and I was mentioning all the guys. I want to know what happened to Jerry Lucas. He was a speed reader. I read one of his books growing up, how to speed read, and I can't even read normally.
Yeah, he could remember the New York phone book.
Yes.
He had all these tricks. That was a way to do that. So
Like a photographic memory?
Yeah.
No, he had tricks like Walt said.
Yeah, we used to ask him, when do you sleep, man?
When you get pussy.
So he's in California.
Yeah?
Yeah, still wheeling and dealing.
He's doing all right?
Yeah.
As a guy who played many years ago, does it, like, when you look at what guys make now, and I always wondered, do athletes get, like, is there got to be that one party that goes like, ugh, like if I had played like X amount of years later, do the salaries bother you a little bit or make you go like, oof?
It's like playing Monopoly. I can't even relate to that. You know, you're making $15 million, $20 million a year. And I try not to think of it because otherwise I'd never be happy.
Right.
You know, and a lot of players aren't. I would say like 80-90% of the guys are very disappointed when they see today's salaries. And
you would think the new guys would, throw you a little something for paving the way.
Yeah,
a little check in your mailbox every once in a while. LeBron James check would be nice, right, Walt?
Yeah, they will not. They wouldn't vote to. The guys from the '60s were not included in the pension.
Wow.
And these guys really didn't want to give them any money because they don't know. A lot of the players don't know the history of the game today.
Mm-hmm.
They just came in primarily for the money, and they think it's always been this way, where there's millions of dollars, sold-out arenas,
Right. Hell no.
4-star hotels, private planes,
Right.
Rolls Royces, you know.
Well, you had a Rolls Royce, though.
Right. I was one of the few guys. Earl and I, we were the Rolls Royce backcourt at the time.
That's right.
So wait, they didn't
Earl
wanna-
Monroe, one of the greatest guards of all time, too.
Earl the Pearl.
Earl the Pearl was amazing.
I see. I even knew that.
Yeah, Earl the Pearl, of course.
Yeah, he had the showman game, shaking and baking, the school ground type of play.
Yeah, and Walt would roll up to the games in a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, mink coats, right? Like in complete style.
Yeah, New York style.
Yeah.
You know?
Total New York style.
So who didn't want to include you guys in the pensions? It was the NBA or the players today?
Well, the guys from the 60s were not included. You know, like Bob Cousy and those type of guys were not included in the pension plan.
So some of those legends are hurting today? They don't...
Yeah, a lot of the players, a lot of the guys are, even some of the former players, man, they're destitute, a lot of them.
It's like the old fighters, too.
Yeah, I was saying that old boxers. Like we just there's a big article on Iran Barkley, who I guess he made $5 million over his career, but I don't know if he spent it wisely.
But he's living in a
homeless
hotel
now.
in the Bronx.
Well, remember the article recently in Sports Illustrated that said about 80% of these guys once they leave the game are broke.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Is it bad investments, do you think, or bad business managers, where you're a young guy and all of a sudden you're handed X amount of money? And
all of the above.
Yeah.
Yeah, women. Wine women song.
Yeah.
The women will get you every time.
Uncle
right?
Sam.
Uncle Sam takes his piece.
It really is amazing how some people never think that the government's going to come and go, look, you owe us taxes. It's like you got to give it to them because they're always going to, they're not ever going to go, oh, yeah, we forgot about you. They always show up at the door asking for it.
Now, Walt, I grew up a Knicks fan. When are we going to have a team that we could be proud of again? It's been a long fucking time.
I think we're blending one now, man. I think
We're
it's
getting
coming
there?
together, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, Stoudemire is a positive role model for these young guys. Terry off, some tenacity in the paint. Felton, orchestrating, penetrating. So, this last road trip, we were 3-1. So hopefully we can carry this over tonight. It's amazing that the world's most famous arena, but we're not that dominant at home. So we've got to become a better home court team.
Right on, yeah.
Yeah.
How do the young players treat you? They treat you like with reverence, right? I mean, you're one of the gods of the game. It's got to be.
Yeah, they call me the legend.
That's nice, right?
Yeah,
of course it is.
The women still responding, I'm sure.
Sometimes.
If they've had enough drinks, what are you getting at? Fraser rules.
What do you miss most when you leave it? Because I've asked other athletes before, team sport guys. Is it the camaraderie or is it the schedule? What is it you miss the most?
That's a good question, man. The camaraderie and the challenge of every other night to be a hero.
Really?
Yeah. Nothing else in your life is going to give you that. That where you have that competitiveness and you look forward to going out there. After every loss, you want to come back and redeem yourself. So it's not like football where you have to wait a week.
Right.
You could be a hero tonight and a bomb tomorrow in the NBA. So, but that's what I like, the challenge. And then, of course, the guys in the locker room, all the BS that goes on in the locker room.
Teasing each other, right?
Yeah. And you got to remember, you're in the prime of your life, in your 20s, 25 years old. The world's greatest city. We were, winning, having a winning tradition.
Oh yeah.
So it's a lot of fun.
What is the biggest time in playing that you were just like, oh, I'm awful? Like, what is the biggest? Like they say, you're the hero or the GOAT. Like, what is the worst one you can remember? Like the shot you wish you would have made, or is there a moment that you're like, that one I could kind of redo if I could?
Well, there are a lot of those. I mean, you see, most people think when you lose a close game is easy. Those are the worst. I'd rather get blown out by 50.
That makes more sense.
So then
you can
there's
sleep at night after being blown out by 50, right?
Right, because when you lose by one, there's always if it woulda, shoulda, coulda, what you're talking about. Yeah, if I had made that shot, if I had made this pass, so it kind of wears on you.
Yeah, and Walt did, I think, 10 years with the Knicks?
Yeah,
something like
10
that?
years, 67 to 77.
And then you broke all our hearts when you had to, finish your career in Cleveland.
Yeah, man.
What did you do, 1 or 2 seasons there?
10.
You did 10 years in Cleveland?
Seemed like it.
No.
I equated to being shipped to Siberia.
Wait, how many years did you really do?
I did 2, but
okay,
it
you
was,
scared me. I was like, I didn't. Wow, yeah, 2 years in Cleveland.
Yeah, it was rough, man. But it kind of prepared me for afterwards. I'm sure if I never got traded, I'd probably still be riding around in the roads in New York being Clyde.
Mm-hmm.
So once I was traded, I became more of a homebody, and I knew I was only going to play a couple of more years. So I started focusing on my life after the game. And I don't know, now you guys know I have a place in the Virgin Islands. I'm into gardening and all that. Yeah. St.
Nice,
Croix.
Nice.
What do you grow in your garden? A little,
A little marijuana. I have fruit trees, mango trees, orange trees, anything there. You put a stick in the ground, it'll grow. Yeah, the weather's very conducive. So,
how long are you down there every year?
Once the season's over,
you're done. That's where you call home?
Yeah, in off season. I also have rental properties there that I rent out, that I design and decorated, landscaped. So,
wow, Frazier's doing all right, man.
Well, I got lucky, man. I got lucky that my only flamboyance is in clothes. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I'm a very conservative person.
Right.
You're wearing, by the way, people can't see he's wearing a very cool leather outfit. With how would you describe the jacket? It's like I love what you're wearing, and yet if I wore it, somebody would just smack me and take it off me.
You would look silly.
I can't look cool. That's
it's very
a phenomenal
American
outfit.
Indian looking.
Yeah.
These are the Indian
some leather fringe on it and some.
Actually, I got this in Vegas at one of those shops out there, the Western shops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to be the right guy to walk around on that thing.
It really is amazing how Walt Frazier can just dress differently than Jim Norton and look amazingly good.
Of course. He's tall, in shape.
Yeah, you really do. By the way, I don't. You don't like to compliment another man's appearance too much, but I mean, you look very, very healthy and young. It's like whatever you do. Are you still like exercising regularly, or are you just one of those guys?
No, I
blessed?
do. This is what we were talking about with this book. This book was from 1974, and I was into health and fitness then, and now I'm still into it. So,
and the Just for Men doesn't hurt, right?
The Just for Men was a savior, yeah.
But it looks good on him. You can't tell he's Just for Men. He's a spokesperson for Just for Men. Yeah, he's all over the place.
You never saw the commercials?
No.
Keith Hernandez?
Him and Keith Hernandez?
Yeah,
him and
Keith
Smith?
Hernandez.
No, I love Emmett. I'm usually in the gym.
Well, see, you don't need it. That's why. You see, you don't need it.
I do need it. Why do you think I keep it this short? Because as soon as it starts to come in, it's gray, and I'm like, just keep the illusion that I'm still 30.
Jimmy gets Just for Trannies.
Well, you know how it is. I've heard this book too. People were talking about this book, and they said it's very funny. Like, there's some really, really funny stuff in this book. Like, it's not a completely serious book.
Right, and that's why we brought it back, because it kind of was an iconic book that people were still looking for on the internet, trying to come up with Rock and Study. And, even the title, A Guide to Basketball and Cool. There's a section that I show you how to catch flies. I talk about my style. I talk about women. I talk about the evolution of the game today, how the game has changed. Like when I played, I was a backcourt man. And you had to rebound, defend, score. Today, if you a point guard, you don't shoot. You shooting guard, you don't dribble. So they've taken away the versatility of the players today. So they're everybody's sort of a specialist.
Right. That's very true. Who were the greatest guards in NBA history?
Yeah, in the book, defense, was my forte. I love to play defense.
You knew how to steal that ball.
In the book, I allude to how I guarded Oscar Robertson, Jerry West, Earl Pearl, Dave Bing, Gail Goodrich, Phil Chenier, all of these prolific scorers that I had to deal with. So.
My favorite player of all time. You're up there, by the way, but Pete Maravich was my
Pistol
favorite.
Pete. I have
Pistol
Pistol
was
in
my
there.
favorite
Yeah,
of all time.
Yeah, he was uncanny.
Yeah.
Passing, his dribbling.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a showman like Earl the Pearl.
Oh boy, was he! And then blows out his knee doing one of those moves, and he was never the same after that.
Yeah. Actually, I was inducted into the Hall of Fame with Pete and Rick Barry in 1987.
Right.
I remember Rick Barry from the ABA.
Yeah.
With the red, white, and blue ball, and he used to take the foul shots from like between his legs.
Yeah, did you laugh at those guys?
The ABA?
No, the
old time shot
from the foul line.
But it's very accurate, man.
I know,
but it doesn't
look cool. Walt Frazier would never be doing that.
Well, you see, that's what the guys today. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the leading scorer in the history of the game using what, the skyhook?
Yeah.
It's obsolete today because guys would say, hey, man, that's old school.
Right.
Yeah, but it's a very effective weapon.
It sure
but today
was.
is style over substance in many things that's going on in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think guys are bigger today too? Like,
oh my God,
like would
much
Abdul-Jabbar be
bigger.
as effective skyhooking? I guess because you can't block it once it's on its way in. But do
Yeah,
you
he
think-
could get it off because he was.
Yeah, there's no way to defend against that.
It really doesn't look cool. It really, the little leg comes up. It's very almost like a very dainty move. But is it effective?
Yeah, it's because you can't block it. It's very, especially if you're 7 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
So today the game is more about dunks, threes. You know, it's
And neck
entertainment.
tattoos. A lot of neck tattoos, I'm noticing.
Oh, man.
They're tatted up, these guys, Walt. You don't have a tattoo, do you?
No, some of these guys, they're overboard, man.
Yeah.
It's just, there's no more room. There's no room left, you know?
Who was the first guy that started? Coming up, I remember Darryl Dawkins. I think for the Nets used to
Rodman.
Yeah, Rodman
Dennis
started
Rodman.
it.
Oh, Dennis Rodman, right?
We had this discussion. Rodman or Allen Iverson started the whole tattoo.
Oh no,
craze.
I mean the whole
The dunk?
the slam being the big highlight. I mean, I just
Dr.
remember
J.
Yeah,
Dr.
absolutely.
Swooping
Dr.
in.
J.
Yeah, Dr. J. Then Darryl was on his team.
Right.
Chocolate Thunder.
I didn't realize how short Dr. J was when he shaved his his hair down.
He shrank
Oh
before
my
your
God!
eyes.
I thought he was like 6'10" or something. He's only like 6'4", 6'5" without that hair.
Only when he's leaving, man. This guy
who was the toughest guy you ever faced? Like, who was the guy you hated? If you had to pick one guy you never want to face again on the court, who was the toughest one that you think you had to go up against?
Probably Monroe.
Yeah.
He's the only man I ever dreamt about. This guy used to
Really?
give me nightmares, man. Yeah.
You couldn't figure him out.
You know, because say if I guarded Oscar Robertson, I knew he was going to try to overwhelm me with physical size. Jerry West was going to do it with quickness, but Earl, he didn't know what he was going to do. Everything was improvisation, you know? So everything was created on the spot, man. It was and he had that spin move. So, but I love the challenge trying to guard him. And that's why when he came to the Knicks, excuse me, a lot of people said we need two basketballs. It would not work. But we had such mutual respect for each other when we were opponents. Mm-hmm. So when he came to the Knicks, we never had a problem who had the ball. If I was scoring, I gave him the ball, vice versa. And I think unequivocally, we were the greatest backcourt ever.
Because basketball is different than obviously than baseball because like A-Rod and Jeter are two giant players. But they don't rely on each other as much as two guys on a basketball court, too, who are just constantly interacting in order to score.
And the problem is, you want your shots. And Earl wanted his shots.
Right.
wanted his shots.
They say Kobe, Kobe and Shaq never kind of gelled, and that kind of hurt. Although the team did very well, but...
What do you...
Early on, they struggled.
Did they, those two?
Yeah, it's all about ego, man. If you sacrifice your ego...
What you think it's going to work out for LeBron in Miami?
Man,
of
can
egos?
you believe how dreadful they are?
Yeah, they're not. I think they're.
Last night they hit rock bottom and they lost to Indiana at home.
Aren't they 8-6 or something like that?
Yeah,
they were expected
to be the best team in the league.
Yeah.
See, it's chemistry, man. There's a word called chemistry,
and we're all rooting for that team to completely fail. unless you live around Miami, of course. But the rest of the league is like.
I'm sure Riley will be coming back to coaching soon, man.
Yeah,
the way they're floundering, he has to come back.
Yeah. You got a super team, and it's not working so far.
Yeah, but they have other problems because they have nothing in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. Their bench. There's a very thin bench.
Well, they had to kind of throw a team together, right? They only had the big three players,
right? And they took
else,
all of their money,
right? And then they didn't really have money for anybody else.
Yeah.
You need that sixth man, right, Walt? Somebody to come off that bench.
Yeah, you got to have 8 players. That's why the Knicks are thriving now. They've shortened the rotation to 8 players, and they're getting tangible results now. So,
are you watching only what do you watch? Do you watch mostly basketball, or do you boxing, MMA?
I'm all around.
You watch everything.
Yeah, I keep abreast of football. I love. I was a quarterback in high school, and football. I was a catcher in baseball, and so I like the game. I like boxing. I watch track and field. Yeah.
Do you wish you were a football player ever?
Not when I see 300-pound guys running like that, man.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Some of those quarterbacks, I don't know how they get up, man.
It's unbelievable.
After some of those hits.
The hits this year are unbelievable.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask Walt about the 5 greatest players of all time.
5 greatest players, other than myself.
Other than yourself.
Or including yourself.
You could include yourself. No one's going to laugh at that.
There has been one Superman in the game. That was Wilt Chamberlain.
Sure.
And Bill Russell was right behind him. And I go with Robertson and West.
Wow.
I guess I have to throw Jordan in there. Michael has to be in there.
But you're just kind of throwing him in at the end? No respect for Jordan?
No, there's respect, but
when it comes to the history of the game, he just squeaks in there?
Yeah,
Top five?
I think if he played in our era, he would not have been as dominant.
Really? Why?
Because we had
very young,
7-foot guys. We had 7-foot guys. There are really no centers when Michael started to dominate. Plus, the league is expanding. There are more teams, so they're not as strong.
Wow, a lot of people would put Jordan either 1 or 2.
Yeah, I know, but see, today, who's ever playing is the greatest.
Right.
If you're doing it today. So a lot of people never saw Wilt Chamberlain play. Because to me, this is the thing. Wilt Chamberlain is the only player they had to change the rules for to try to contain him. Right? When you see goaltending, that man started goaltending. Where he used to shoot the ball from the side of the basket, he'd jump up and pull it out of the air.
Didn't matter where it was.
Right.
It could be in the cylinder pretty much.
Anywhere, right. So they had to change it. That's goaltending. Then the lane, they widened the lane from 6 feet to 8 feet to keep this guy, try to contain this guy in the paint. So he's the only player that they really changed the game for,
Do you think Jordan, he was obviously a great player, but do you think in the history of basketball, he's been slightly overrated compared with a lot of the guys that came a little bit before him?
Only overrated because people never saw Oscar Robertson in his prime, Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain. There's very little footage.
Right.
Come on, Oscar Robertson, the guy who almost averaged a triple-double for his whole career. He did it for one season. And I'm talking 25 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists.
Every game he was doing.
Right. Every game.
Doubles.
And wasn't there no footage of Wilt? Didn't he score? It was 100 against, I want to say
100
against
points.
Philly? Or am I wrong about that?
The Knicks, unfortunately.
Oh, it was against the Knicks.
Against the Knicks when he
And there was
playing
no
for
footage of that, right? There's no film of that.
Not really, no.
No, but there were 20,000 people there anyway that saw it.
Even though the gym only held 1,000. But everyone says they were at that game.
But you can't watch it in a replay like you can all of Jordan's great plays.
Wait, you didn't put Kareem in the top 5, or did you?
No.
Kareem is there, too. He's in the next tier with Magic. Kareem and Magic, those guys.
Bird. I was going to ask about Bird.
Yeah.
What about Kareem's acting chops there on Airplane?
He ruined it for all of you, Walt.
Thought he was great.
He didn't lead the way. He ruined it.
He was the co-pilot.
Even being in Hollywood didn't help him, man.
They said the funny thing, too, is like guys like Nicholson, who's obsessed with basketball, when he would go into the Lakers locker room, all he wants to talk about is basketball, and all they want to talk about is acting. It's like, do you find that with like other celebrities on your level? They want to talk about what you do, and you want to talk about what they do?
Well, yeah, when we meet Spike, Spike is a tremendous fan, and but it doesn't bother me because being a broadcaster, I learn a lot from the fans. Sometimes they say something, I go, wow, I never thought of that. So I like talking to the New York fans made me create my style. Because when I first came to the game, I'd been away and I was saying fast break and they were saying transition. I was saying passing, they were saying dishing. And versatility, all this creativity. And I was like, hey, man, that's the way I should sound. If I'm going to be doing this, I got to work at this. So I worked diligently to improve my vocabulary. And so now I added dishing and swishing. So I had my own little posting and toasting, shaking and baking, wheeling and dealing. So all the things that I created from that once I improved my vocabulary.
Sometimes you could catch old games on like ESPN Classic, and it really is funny to watch the evolution of the uniform. The shorts that used to just be ridiculously short and silly looking.
Yeah, how do you keep your balls in those shorts? Well, that's what we're getting at.
And it did look really silly.
I'm surprised the ball didn't pop out on somebody.
Well, look,
maybe
we
not
could have
Bradley
never
or
gotten away
DeBusschere,
with that because guys used to grab our shorts back in the day.
Look, he's just being polite. When it was all white guys, the shorts could be shorter. We all understand that.
There's a reason why they're long shorts now.
So then Jordan brought him in. Jordans were fine. Now they're too long, man. The guys have taken it to the other extreme.
Yeah, now they're really, really long.
Yeah,
like
too baggy, too extreme. Yeah.
How about the fans, too? It's like you've seen a couple of guys run into the stands, and it's like, I don't know how more guys don't do that. Like, there's a line where people are just yelling about stuff that is game-related, And I know some of the fans can just be atrocious.
Yeah, but you can't lose your cool that way.
Have you ever wanted to? I mean, were there times where you'd be on the road where it went beyond where you were?
Not with
tolerant?
the fans, with the coach. I wanted to do the Spreewell on Holtzman before Spreewell. A lot of times.
Really? You didn't like Red Holtzman at times?
Well, sometimes, man, he could make you very upset. You want to choke him, you know, but we never did. You know. Red had a way of antagonizing you. You're like, Frazier, you're supposed to be a good defensive player. This guy's eating you up, you know.
Holtzman was a legendary coach, man.
Yeah. He knew how to push the buttons, man. He knew how to get you fired up, and I credit a lot of my success in the game to him.
How do you guys respond to, like, Peyton Manning? Here's an example of was making a comeback against New England this week, and he threw an interception going down. And he's obviously a great quarterback, but he screwed up and he cost the team what could have been a tying field goal. When you guys go into the locker room, the field goal kicker that missed or the guy that missed the free throw, how does the rest of the team respond to the guy who obviously just blew it?
Be honest, Walt.
Yeah, like what is the feeling about if you've been the guy who's done it or...
Well, usually they ignore you. They don't say anything.
They
don't say anything. Like, and there's some guys that come over and say it's all right. The coach usually come over and say it's all right. You know, we'll get him the next time.
I guess they know they screwed up. Why antagonize
But
them?
today, the most unforgiving miss is a field goal kicker. Nobody has any sympathy for a field goal. Because this is all you do, man.
That's all you do.
So nobody has any compassion for him once he misses. Right.
Especially anything now inside like the 40-yard line. It's like anything. You should be making that.
Right, they don't expect them to miss. But we're like with Peyton, he's won so many games,
Right.
you know, the guy's just, hey, man, you know, that's one of those things. Because you know he's going to come back and redeem himself.
Well, a lot of people, everyone has a question for you, but they want me to ask you about Kobe. What's your thoughts on Kobe Bryant?
Kobe Bryant, he's right there with Michael.
Really?
Yeah, he's the dominant player today, the preeminent player in the league. He can shoot, he can defend, he's team-oriented, so he really has no weaknesses.
And the other thing, I got to get back to LeBron James. I forgot about this. What do you think of him leaving Cleveland like that?
I mean, I was shocked he did not come to New York. How could he turn this challenge down?
Right.
I couldn't believe it. I was flabbergasted when it happened.
Patrice O'Neal made a good point. He said LeBron James decided he wanted to be Pippen instead of Jordan, like the second guy,
right?
On a team. Why would you want to do that? You want a championship that bad? I don't understand. Maybe he didn't like where Cleveland was heading, but the Knicks would have been a great opportunity.
Yeah, I thought if he didn't come to the Knicks, he would stay with Cleveland. I mean, they weren't that far away.
So you were kind of shocked by the whole thing,
I was
right?
shocked, man.
Especially knowing about
this,
egos and stuff.
Well, I mean, this city, we giving the guy everything already. And here, all he had to do was win one title to be immortalized.
Can you imagine?
If he wins 3 or 4 in Miami, it's not the same.
Right.
Because he's got Wade, he's got Bosh, he's got all these guys, so it's not going to be the same. So
I think it's the New York media, too. A lot of guys don't want to come here because the New York media can be brutal. I think that scares a lot of guys
New
away.
York's not for everybody. It's a special type of player that likes the camaraderie here, the fans, that challenge here that I was alluding to, that every other day to go out and win the game.
Do you when you see yourself plastered on the back of the paper and there's just some sports reporter just giving you a beating for what you did the night before, how personally do you take that?
I stopped reading. I stopped reading the paper late in my career. They were bashing me, so I just stopped reading the paper.
Stop reading it, yeah.
The New York paper's funny when it's not about you. When it started being about me, it wasn't so funny, you know. So
the big unit couldn't take it.
Randy Johnson could not take it.
Randy Johnson lost his mind here in New York because they wouldn't leave him alone. And he blew his cool so many times
at the press.
Oh, they hated him.
Yeah, you can't do that. You got to stay cool, remain cool. Because what I like about New York is when you're thriving, hey man, they're giving you all the kudos.
Oh yeah,
you're the greatest.
And
you're the greatest.
Yeah.
So then, to me, it's fair that when you're not playing well, they bash you.
They're gonna rip
you know,
you
that's
apart.
the way it is.
Sure.
But in other cities, the players are thriving. They don't get the kudos that they get in New York.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
Yeah,
that's the place to be. Apparently,
Walt only has like a minute or two left. I want to make sure we get the plug out for the book.
I'm actually looking through. It's great.
Anything else you want to say about the book, Walt?
I think the fans will enjoy it because it's about the evolution and revolution of the game. I mentioned that today the players are more like specialists because of the system or point guard, shooting guard, as opposed to when I played. The defense in there that I talk about how to defend these prolific scorers. There are some great pictures, action shots of me, my fashion passion, about my wardrobe, how that all evolved, and my teammates, the camaraderie with my teammates, how we captivated New York with our style of play, and I think it'll bring back a lot of memories for the fans that were around in the 70s, and for the young fans that know me now as a Knick announcer. They'll get an insight into me as a ball player and a person.
This is great, too, because everyone likes a lot of great photos. These are all great photos, but there's a lot of just writing and photos, which is like perfect in a book.
Oh, yeah.
I hate books that have no pictures.
Yeah,
and,
easy read.
Great line here. Pit juice is what some of the players call underarm deodorant. Just fantastic little lines like
a little
that.
tidbit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sometimes guys forgot that pit juice, man. They were very offensive on the court.
Would guys do that on purpose, though?
Getting in your face with their armpit and shit.
Yeah.
You hear about athletes that do that on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
They don't shower or brush their teeth for a week or so to make it just horrendous for you out there. Is that true, or is that just some dumb...
Well, some guy, I don't know if they would do it intentionally, but there were guys noted for their offensive
smells.
odor. Yeah.
Jesus.
Are you doing any book signings with this? They have you signed?
December 7th, I'm at the NBA store.
Oh, right on.
Here in New York.
Cool.
Yeah, around, I think it's 2 o'clock.
Okay, December 7th. I wish we had that on a sheet. Do we have a sheet of that? Because we can give that after you leave the book signing.
December 7th at the NBA store. Walt Frazier will be there.
And there will obviously be a line. So keep in mind December 7th. And the book is out now. People can get it now.
Right. It's in the stores now. And there's a terrific picture of me on the cover with one of my outfits on, a gaucho hat. I have a $20 gold piece around my neck, which I framed. I used to wear that for good luck. And a cape.
A cape. And a turtle. It almost looks like a religious outfit.
A lot of people can't wear a cape. Can't pull off the cape.
You and Elvis
pull off the cape, yeah.
Superman.
And Superman.
Yeah, Superman pulled it off well. I mean, non-flying people. This is great, though. I really like it a lot. I've been perusing it as we've been talking, and it's a quality book, man. It's really... You'll do very well with this. Obviously, I'm sure you've done well with it before. You'll do well with it again.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
the beauty of playing in New York. This is like my 6th book that I've done.
So you have all basketball books, or did you kind of go into novels?
Well, I did a word book on my vocabulary. I did an idiot's guide to basketball, and then the other books were on the championship Knick teams. A couple of books. One was the game within the game, and One Magic Season and a Basketball Life.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very cool.
Buy this one. Rock and Steady. It's a hardcover, and it is out now by Walt Frazier.
Yeah, if you want to be cool, man, styling like Clyde, check it out.
The cool Walt Frazier.
I want this jacket badly, but in my size.
You want it in your size?
Yeah, I would look silly.
Great. Hey, Walt, thanks for stopping by, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Yeah, it was fun. Thank you.
Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
How cool is Walt Frazier?
Very nice guy.
He was cool. He's a cool cat.
Smooth.
See how he walks down the hall?
He's got a swagger.
I got a picture with his jacket on. He asked me to put it on and take a photo with him.
That is funny. I had to take one with my camera too, my little camera.
Oh, can I see yours?
My iPhone.
Okay, it's really weird because whenever I take a photo with a black celebrity, the camera doesn't know where to focus because I always come out looking really, really bright because I'm so pale.
The camera gets very confused.
Dude, all of our photos are very bright.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, our faces are washed out.
His is a little bit too.
Here's you with the.
Can I see
the coat on?
You know what? Anthony got a better photo.
Oh, I'm amazing.
Of the Walt Frazier coat.
Yeah. Could you text me that or send it to me?
No.
Email it to me?
No.
Why?
He's not going to do that.
Thank you.
Let's say hi to Dane Cook. Very busy show today. What's up, Dane?
What's up, guys?
We just talked to Walt Frazier, the great Walt Frazier.
Fantastic. What's up?
Yeah, you don't care about Wolf Ranger, do you?
No, I literally just woke up 33 seconds ago.
Oh, really?
I'm going to catch up to you guys. I'll be there.
All right, you'll catch up. He's the great New York Knicks guard there. Won 2 championships, 1970 and 73. We were just talking during the break. It's been 37 years since the Knicks won a title.
Years, and he's got like the last ring, I guess.
Yeah, he was showing me his championship ring, which was pretty cool to check out.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, you're a Celtics fan, obviously, Dane, right?
Yeah, no, I was at all the Big Five games growing up.
What's
McHale, Parrish, Bird, Ainge, Johnson. Those were some amazing, amazing games.
You missed Dave Cowens? He was a little too old for you when you were growing up?
Yeah, that was probably the right before me. But when I was coming up, my pop was taking me to the old Boston Garden, where you weren't really truly a fan until somebody punched you in the back of the head. At 8 years old.
Yeah, at 8 years old. And it's like, congratulations, you're a fan.
In the back of the neck, you were not truly a fan.
I remember when we were living up there when they finally got rid of the old Boston Garden, and you could walk on by because it was half gone. And they
the whole wall was just gone.
Yeah, they split it in half so you could see like the basketball court and the stands. Yeah. It was still happening. You could see it from the street. It was the weirdest thing, man.
Right. I would rather have watched a game in a half-torn-down Boston Garden than the original built Boston Garden. That's how brutal it was seeing those old games in there.
But how cool?
A sweat box.
But how cool is it for you? You're a big Boston sports fan, like you said. You grew up with the Celtics, and then fast forward a few years, you're playing in these places. That's got to be unbelievable.
It is. I mean, it's certainly, but it's not like I'm driving the lane. But it's cool, man. There is no greater feeling than when the new garden went up and going in there and bringing my pop and standing doing comedy underneath those banners. Looking up at all those wins was pretty wild.
Yeah, that's got to be a moment. We were on stage at the Garden. Remember that, Ant? Doing a lesbian show for everybody before Andrew Dice Clay came out. So see, we can relate too. And the championship banners were on, above our head as the girls were licking box. Jesus.
No, it was before I came out, and then Dice came out. I had to follow the lesbian couch.
You had to follow the lesbian couch bit that we did for everybody?
Yeah.
Wow. So, Dane, a lot going on. You got the CD coming out today, is it?
Yeah. Just came out yesterday, I guess. A Black Monday, is that what it's called?
Oh, that's what they call it now.
That's what they call the big shopping, cyber shopping bonanza.
Oh, cyber shopping.
Oh, that's right. That
is
a real thing.
Black Friday and then Black Monday.
Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday.
That's it. Cyber Monday. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's Dane Cook's. It's called I Did My Best. It's greatest hits. It's actually a really cool cover. It's a red cover with your name and an outline of you in the middle, and it's a double CD. And I'm always happy to see my friends doing arenas and putting out double CD greatest hits while I'm struggling to get my third CD out. Always happy for my friends who just continue to put stuff out. You're a very motivated guy, man. You seem to be like kind of work obsessed.
I love it. I try to take breaks, or I try to say, I'm going to, take like a little, whatever hiatus is, and within 30 seconds, I hate my life. So I'd rather just get out there and keep on, doing something. A little fun fact: I love little, whenever I do any of the cover art, the cover art for this is the exact colors of Eddie Van Halen's guitar.
Now, how about the other? I wouldn't classify that as a fun factor. Then how about the other CDs? They have any significance color-wise or no?
Let me just say this again. Mediocre fact. Fun is 5:30 for me in the morning. Hilarious.
But we forgot to mention too, with this greatest hits CD, you got 10 minutes of new material as well.
Oh, so okay. I didn't know that.
That's very smart on Dane's part. Get some new stuff out there as well.
I went back and I was listening to all the old stuff, and I thought that it would just be a bit more interesting instead of just slapping it all together to find other nuggets that didn't make it to the other discs and stuff to put back on here. And that was actually kind of horrific because not only do I not like listening to myself anyway, but when I went back, it's like I realized how much higher my voice was 10 years ago and how much thicker my Boston accent was 10 years ago.
Nah, you blame it on the tape, that it's sped up. That's what I always say.
Is that what
because I got the same issue.
The
but
tape
I just
stretched over the years or something.
I said, the tape stretched. I don't know what that's about. I didn't speak like that.
It's like I've been busting guys like, Bobby's balls for years, and yet I'm like, dude, you know what you need to do, dude?
So, dude, when you're working and you're trying to take time off, I always find myself, like, if I take time off, I'm afraid of, like, everyone's going to forget about me. Do you have this weird thing that keeps, like, what's the longest you can take off without feeling like, I'm not going to be relevant anymore? What's the longest you can relax?
Well, you know what? It's almost like that, you just kind of, I feel like that happened anyway. It's like whether you're busy or not, you go through those kind of phases where you're like, yeah, nobody gives a crap. But you just keep wanting to do it for the your fan base, people that, and they are fickle. There's certainly people, I've been doing this long enough to know now. It's like, I get letters now like, yeah, I thought your last 3 things sucked, but I love this thing. I'm back. And so people check in and check out, and you just kind of know that's a bit more of a career, and I don't really mind that some people like to kind of the pendulum swings in and out. As long as I feel like I'm doing something that I'm interested in and pays the fucking rent too, then I'm a happy guy.
It's also tough to keep your fan base, just because there's so much going on out there now.
Yeah, which is even now being out there in a tour, and the economy's tough and people are struggling, and yet I've been fortunate to do these larger scale shows again, and we're having a blast. The tour is like 5 weeks in, and I might even add some dates because we're having a good time, and there.
Who are you going out with now?
People who want to come out.
Who you out with now? I mean, what comedians?
Like the 3 that are definitely on the rotation. I got Ben Glebe. I don't know if you know Ben at all.
He's a nice dude.
Yeah, Ben Glebe, this kid, Chris Army, he's kind of a new guy, and then Al Del Benny, who I've known since I was a kid.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I know Al.
What's your favorite part of touring?
Money.
Ooh, probably, I'm single, so the after party.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
well, there you go.
I see what you're doing on Twitter. Tweet me a picture of yourself, and maybe you could come backstage. I see what you're up to, Dave.
Oh my
It's very
God.
smart,
Okay.
though. Very smart.
Guilty.
I saw that.
That's my goal in life, by
I'm
the
like,
way.
yeah, he really wants to meet his fans.
Dude, I want to go to one Dane Cook after show party. That's just my goal.
You know
think
what's
that's a
going
good
on
time?
Yeah, Jim Norton after show parties are fucking hideous. It's me and Kenny and Lenny Marcus eating pretzels in my dressing room waiting for the check. My after parties suck.
You think that's different than what Dane's doing?
It's fucking, it really is, it's horrendous. It's almost like his parties are like a fucking rock band, and my parties are like Stalker Patty. It's fucking awful. With a deli tray. Just me and my...
You find that after your whatever your version of the meet and greet is, you just want to boil yourself in Purell.
Dude, meet and greet, that's me whoring. I should be Scatman Crothers. I'm fucking singing Minnie the Moocher and selling merchandise. As they walk out, I'm always out there taking photos and selling stuff. So I kind of meet and greet as they leave. And I do Purell my hands because you get a lot of handshaking.
Yeah.
And here's the worst part. When you take photos with people, I always, no matter how big they are, put my arm on top of theirs because there's nothing worse than the hot fucking pit of a man on your shoulder.
Absolutely. Oh my God, that's you know what I can't help but freak out about is you see people are like they're already a little bit trepidatious about meeting you, so you see like people coughing and their sweaty hands rubbing together. But I'll always catch the guy who's like got his hand jammed down his pants, adjusting his
motherfuckers
out of nervousness, and then he comes out with the hand outstretched, and you're like, "No, man, we're gonna pound it out."
Yeah, you just fucking
greatest invention ever was the pound out.
Yeah.
Greatest invention.
What you got to do is like Obama, just have people Purell before they shake your hand. That's what happens. Yeah, with the president now, probably. So A, you can't poison him, and B, so it just doesn't get colds. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wear latex gloves. Is that weird?
Oh, like deli gloves.
Sure, the big asbestos welding gloves or something. Don't even let them touch you. Eat them.
Catcher's mitt.
Hey, are you? Obviously we know the update on what was going on, in with your brother and stuff like that. Are you satisfied with that resolution?
It's still not actually totally completely over. I mean, I'm very happy that he came forward and did the right thing and admitted guilt. But the wife still is going through. I think today actually she's doing her plea hearing today. So. It's moments away from being completely, out of my life, which is
that's good. Yeah,
great. Yeah,
Hey,
really great.
Is there any shot at you getting back what was, let's say, missing?
Well, yeah, I did get a lot of it back.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, and we found a bunch of investments and stuff. So I got to begin that process now of kind of going through, everything that was, compiled and whatever that means. So it's something else that I got to really look into this year. But thankfully, we did recover a lot.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good, man. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Will you ever forgive him? I mean, that's a weird question.
It's not weird. It's a good question, actually.
I mean, it's your brother you trusted, and wow. I mean, how you don't.
It's really, it's a lot to process. It's something that it's just ending now.
Right.
So that's a question probably for down the line.
Sure. Does it make it harder to
I'll answer it in one of my series of 9 books.
Does it make you look at other people differently, like the trust you have in friends or girlfriends or whatever? Like anybody is capable of betrayal?
You know what? It actually didn't. It didn't. It's part of like kind of having to understand what this was, but after a little while, it just kind of sank in of like, okay, now I know how he did it and I know why he did it, and which I can't kind of get into the nuts and bolts of now, but you do realize that this person was when you see underneath what he did, you're like, okay, this person's just this person's really sick, and so no, it did not rock my trust long term, but at first you look at everybody a little differently.
Yeah, I always find it hard, especially with in my level of finances is a lot different, so it's a little easier for me to keep an eye on. But it's like even with my agents, I'm fucking so paranoid, man. I look at I'm sure you do now too, but it's like I just find myself looking at every single thing. But
that's why it's
very carefully.
That's why it's twisted. You feel like you could, trust your family members.
Even that I wouldn't. I love my family, but it's like I'm too paranoid, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, it's like, and not to turn this into like Suze Orsmond, but no, it's like anybody who comes to me and says like, how do you prevent this from happening? And it's so simple, and it's something I didn't do. You just need 2 people to look over your finances. You need one person to check on another person. It's really that simple. If you have 2 people, the odds of like 2 people doing this to you who don't know you, finagling with your books and all that. And so that's it. You got to have, you got to sign everything yourself, and you need 2 people to,
the
make
dealer
sure that
watches the players. The pit boss watches the dealers. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty much it.
Henry Hill is my new.
Hey, do you sign everything now too? Because I was always scared to give any power of attorney to anybody. Like even my any tax checks or any of that, anything, whatever it is, it has to come through me first. Did you take that back and make sure you do that?
Actually, I have a contest. It's called my Daily Power of Attorney Contest. I hand over the books to somebody on Twitter, and I let them just have a go.
Wow.
Yeah, man, no, I definitely do.
Yeah.
I absolutely do.
Hey, you have a lot of Twitter followers. MySpace, you've always been at the kind of the forefront with comedians. Always look at Dane like motherfucker.
That's what he's doing, right?
Yeah, because you always seem to have the.
He was ahead of the whole thing.
Ahead of everybody on the technology, and had to be really smart with that with MySpace, and then everybody was just kind of playing catch up. Have you kind of abandoned MySpace and gone to Twitter and Facebook?
Well, you didn't mention the fact that I was also the first person to show my penis on Chat Roulette, which I'm very proud of as well.
Oh, is that what's that one of the chat programs?
Oh, Chat Roulette rules.
Maybe
Hilarious.
so. I'm the first to ever be screen cap jerking off by 9 different people.
Yeah, man. I know. You know me. I've always been kind of tapped into that stuff, and continue to. I just think they're all great ways of, again, keeping in touch with whatever that core fan base is. So whether they come and go. I know MySpace is kind of making a comeback and stuff, and they're integrating with Facebook right now. They basically just kind of joined at the hip. So it's cool because it melded those 2. Pretty vast fan bases together. So yeah, I'll definitely continue to use those things as a way to kind of get the word out.
And really fast too, you're going to be on Broadway, huh?
I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it. I wanted to play Broadway for a lot of years, so I'm coming. I'm moving back there to New York City in the spring, and I'll be probably spending about 6 months doing this Neil LaBute play called Fat Pig.
What is that about?
It's brutal, man. If you know anything about LaBute, if you've ever seen The Company of Men,
clue.
I don't know if you guys.
No
idea, to be honest.
Don't know.
Neil LaBute is he's just this incredible modern playwright, man. It's a dark comedy, and it's caustic and this kind of twisted morality tale about our obsession with weight, people's weight and image in this country. And it's just one of the wildest characters that I've ever had the opportunity to play. So I look forward to it.
And so it's like a real. It's a real acting gig. That's fucking great, man. We got a job. Lee Majors is here. We have Lee Majors in studio.
We got
today.
the $6 million man today, there, Dane.
That's pretty cool, man. That's great.
All right, so the big plug. The CD's out now. I did my best. Greatest hits CD from Dane Cook.
A double CD with new material.
Yeah, 10 minutes of new material available now on CD, iTunes, Amazon, all the familiar places, right?
You know it. Yeah, guys, you got it.
All right, buddy.
All right, thanks, fellas.
All right, we'll see you when you're in New York, Dane.
Okay, later.
Take care.
Thanks,
Bye.
man.
Dane Cook.
This is a lot of guests today.
It's great.
Oh, my God. It's like,
People saying it's like the Merv Griffin show.
Yeah.
that's how he did it, though. Merv
he-
Griffin had, like, they never... They, you know what I mean? It was...
No, they mean with our sexual preferences.
Oh.
Let's just bring him in. Where is he?
Where is he?
He was still signing in.
Oh.
he's
He's downstairs.
Okay. Yeah, he's on his way out.
Okay.
I should probably take a piss.
All right, let's take a break then. I thought he was
We'll do a quick break.
What do I know? I'm just here for the ride, folks.
We'll have Lee Majors next, and are we doing the $10 every time you say?
We're going to try to make him say what?
Or huh?
Or huh? Or pardon?
Pardon. Any
or
of those.
I can't hear what the fuck you're saying.
And I'll give up $10 every
Something.
time that happens today.
Yeah.
I'm just ugly.
Yeah. You sure are.
The Virus, Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
We kind of rushed Dane Cook off the phone. That wasn't on purpose.
No.
We thought Lee
there.
Majors was right behind us,
Yeah.
and we knew Lee didn't have much time.
What do you mean by that?
Well,
literally.
Here comes the $6 million man walking down the hall.
That's him, all right.
How could you tell?
Well, because it looks like him.
Which one
Look
is
at
he?
him. He's right there.
Is that him right there?
That's him.
Oh, that's him. I see him.
How cool is that?
That is very cool.
Lee Majors. There he is. Hello, Lee Majors.
Lee Majors in studio.
Very
Wow.
cool.
This is awesome.
I know.
Pleasure.
How are you?
That is
Good to meet you.
fantastic. Jeez.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Grew up watching you.
We sure
like
did.
everybody else in this country.
Thank you.
Amazing. Amazing. $6 million man.
You look great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you a healthy eater, like a healthy, or do you just genetics have been good to you?
Listen, if you've done as many action shows as I've done, you run your butt off, you stay in shape.
Oh, yeah?
You know,
He's done some action shows, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Did you do all your own stunts or a lot of them?
probably about 80% of it. yeah.
We asked that because Tom Cruise is doing all his own stunts and doing some
Well,
crazy
you know,
things lately.
Yeah, but you know, you have guys that protect you, that set these stunts up, that they know what they're doing. So I never did anything without having an expert there.
Was there one you wanted to do and people just said, look, you're too valuable to us.
There's
You
one that I
can't do
didn't
this."
want to do that I ended up doing.
Oh, which one?
It's a long story.
Too long?
It's something to do with the tram in Palm Springs, up on the cables,
Oh,
going
wow.
from one tower to the middle of the towers where a car was stuck with supposedly a bunch of kids in it, and to get there was tough.
And which show is this for?
6 mil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about there, because the big box set is out. Wow. This thing weighs.
The big box set.
That is a big box set, and of course, when you open it up, you hear the very familiar opening of the show. Yeah.
Do you ever get sick of being associated with that role, or are you happy to a bit? Because it's like sometimes actors like, all right, I did that role and then I moved on.
Well, I moved on, but because I did another series right
Fall
now.
Guy was huge. Fall Guy was huge.
Receivers, but so I forgot about it, and then I went on. I've done about seven or eight series, so and I keep very active doing it. So I don't really think back about it until people bring it up. So. But I did do the Fall Guy mainly to see if I could rid myself of some of that, being put in that box.
Yeah,
like that box.
The box, yeah.
Right, just to
But
see
it
if
really
you could...
didn't work all that well as I thought it would.
Sure. But it's not a bad place to be,
No.
being known for, The $6 million man.
And the Fall Guy was huge. I mean, that show
Fall Guy
huge.
was 5 years, and
Yeah.
they wanted to do another year of that. But I kind of got a burnout right at that period.
Yeah.
And I needed to get away and take a break. So I did.
Like from the whole business
yeah,
or the show itself?
I walked away for about 10 years.
Damn.
I went to Florida and played a lot of golf.
You know, it's
And-
amazing because through the reruns and stuff, no one really was like, "Hey, where's Lee?" It was just kind of like you were always on television.
You go away, but
constantly.
but you were
that's
still
why
on TV.
I think I was getting burned out, and I was afraid the audiences might be getting burned out with me. So
What did that feel like? The burnout? Were you just tired, or were you kind of
I
like?
was just physically and mentally tired.
It's
And
just the
kind of wanted
rut.
to get away from L.A., Hollywood, and that thing, and so
Mhm.
that's what I did. I went to Fort Lauderdale and stayed for about 10 years.
Now, the time you were on TV doing $6 Million Man and The Fall Guy, there was a lot of partying going on in Hollywood. Did you ever get caught up in any of that?
Listen, when you're working as much as I was, you're doing 12, 13, 14 hours a day, and
Yeah.
I was living on the lot. I had an
Really?
apartment at Universal for $6 million and one at 20th Century Fox for The Fall Guy,
Wow.
and I only went home on the weekends. And so you don't get out as much as people think. It's not like
Mhm.
doing a half-hour comedy and then go be Charlie Sheen. It's plus let's put it this way. Back then, people, they weren't on top of you as quickly as they are now with the internet and the TMZ, and you can't do anything without right away you're on.
It is amazing how much longer it took to get that personal information. It was usually through the rag magazines that you'd see at the supermarkets.
Yeah, they say it takes them weeks to print them up.
Yeah,
months,
and a lot of it, people would just take it tongue in cheek, like, really? Is that what?
Yeah,
They didn't really believe him for the most
couldn't
part.
really believe him because it was next to the issue of Bat Boy and things like that, flying saucers and whatnot. So, what do you think about the paparazzi these days and just the need of people to want to know every aspect of a celebrity's personal life?
I don't know because I'm not a computer person and I'm not online. I don't do any of that stuff, and it's amazing because I remember when we were working so many hours out on location, and to get to a phone, you had to hopefully get a driver that would find
Right.
a payphone within
Yeah.
10 miles so that you could make a phone call.
Yeah.
So, and today these kids are just texting every second. It's just amazing.
It was also we had talked about the accessibility to celebrities now because in the old days you had to physically write a letter to that celebrity and hope they read it and sent something back to you. Now through various texting and Twitter and websites and whatnot, you really do have this accessibility to celebrities that you never had before, and I think it does open up celebrities to more of their private life being out in the open. And whatnot.
Also, I think, with so many reality shows, back then, let's face it, we only had three networks, three major networks. Maybe the fourth one was barely coming in.
Get up
So
and change the channel.
Now you've got so many channels, and it's just ridiculous. But some of these kids, they go on a reality show, and overnight they're a star, and then now they're on the red carpet to rehab.
Right, yeah. And then overnight they're not a star, and they realize
You
it's
gotta
a
pay your
little
dues in
fleeting,
this
and
business,
paying
really.
your dues. Yeah.
How hard was it being who you are, and you were married to Farrah, who was just America was in love with, and to be in that high profile type of a situation, and then when it comes to an end, the whole country kind of knows. Was that something that was difficult to deal with, like the country kind of focusing on your? You know what I mean? Is that a difficult thing just to deal with?
Like I say, it still wasn't as bad as it could be today.
I imagine today.
Brad and Jennifer Aniston thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But being that we both had hit shows around the same time, that was. But that's one of the things that makes it difficult in this business. We were together for quite a while, but then I saw her 2 weeks in 1 year. Due to career jobs.
Wow.
So, just separation is not good for this.
yeah, that does seem to be something that would.
And you were able to reconcile, right? Which was it's rare in life that you get to reconcile with somebody.
He went about 23 years not talking to her, right? And then you got to talk to her before she passed.
Yeah, it's funny in that you'd think you'd see people in that town, but you don't. And you do go about your business and you don't think about it. And, of course, I met a wonderful lady 16 years ago and have been married for 16 years now with a beautiful girl, Faith. I keep the faith now. She's out there.
That's great.
So you were at least able to, like I said, to reconcile. Which is, it's nice to be able to do that when somebody's not, when somebody is sick.
Well, ours was a very friendly thing. It was just very amicable. It was just, it's like we just don't have the time for this right now.
Yeah, so. that would have to be crazy too. Just the
it wasn't like texting, getting caught texting and stuff like that.
Right. I do remember it was a very public.
It wasn't a Brett Favre kind of thing.
No, nothing like that.
Again. Let's be honest. If I was packing that small, I wouldn't be sending that out to people. Brett Favre.
That was the first mistake he made.
Yeah.
How cruel you are.
Brett kind
of. Got at least use one of the enlarged features on the camera. He's doing, Brett. A Hall of Famer.
What are you, a
rookie? It was though. You were in all of those magazines though. All those years ago.
Yeah, but
some of them were.
I kept a pretty clean reputation.
That's.
I'm proud of the fact that I kind of kept my nose clean and just did my work. That was most important. If you don't do your work, and you could kill yourself in that business really quick, because the word gets around if you're doing this or that, and you won't work.
Yeah, you see a lot of actors these days kind of...
Of course, today it's a completely different ballgame as far as...
Yeah. Well, also, you got, guys on the production staff with their cell phones, and they got the cameras, and now they're catching actors having a temper tantrum, fights with directors, and, overnight, you're difficult to work with.
Yep.
It's, again, I think there was a lot more discretion back in the day where
there certainly was.
Yeah, you didn't have the crew pretty much ratting you out for things that you're doing. It is amazing these days.
Yeah. Would you consider yourself a sex symbol in those days? I mean, it seemed like you had.
I never considered myself a sex symbol anytime.
No.
No.
The ladies did. Though.
Yeah, they certainly
did. They did. That's for sure.
I was always kind of with one lady, so I never really was out there that much.
Was the temptation hard? Because, I find it hard to resist, and I very rarely have opportunity.
No, it wasn't that hard. No.
You get used to it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Do you look back at the $6 Million Man? Because the box set is out now.
Can we talk about that? Sure.
It's the complete collection. Open it up again. Steve Austin. It's, wow. How many shows did you do?
Well... There's 40 DVDs in that.
40 DVDs.
Yes. Well, we did 100 episodes.
Wow.
5 years, 5 seasons.
Yeah.
And there's 6 movies in there. We did 3 pilot movies before we went to series. Then we did 3 reunion movies after we went off the air. So it's quite a package, and you can't get it in the stores. It's not available in the stores. It's only going to be available online.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on 6mdm.com.
6mdm.com.
It's just a wonderful Christmas package, and I think a lot of families that the fathers who grew up with it will show it to their kids, because it's one that you can sit down with your kids and watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
We didn't kill anybody. We didn't have a lot of blood. We didn't. It's not like the violent stuff of today.
Right.
Blow up stuff and you got to shoot somebody. These videos are so violent. If I had a kid today, I wouldn't. I'd be really watching what they're.
Really? Do you think that's changed over time as you got older, or do you think that's just how you always felt?
It's me personally.
Yeah.
I just steal from old school. I grew up watching Roy Rogers and Gene Autry. Those are my heroes, and the guy in the white hat always won.
I remember the episode of Fall Guy when they all
Roy
guest starred
Rogers
with you. Yeah.
And we did a quick scene where we were coming out of the old saloon and get on the horses to chase the bad guys who drove off in a Jeep, like we're going to catch them.
On horseback.
Roy had the 2 pearl-handled guns on in his holster, which was very heavy, and had trigger lined up there at the corral. So we ran, and I jumped up, and I'm swinging over, and I'm watching to see if he's okay, because you don't want to take off before the other guy, because you keep the shot close. Plus, once you get on one horse and it goes, the other horse wants to go. Right. So anyway, he missed his stirrup. And he looked at me and he said, "Lee, I think my spring is sprung." But we did it again, and we were riding out of town, and I'm looking over saying, "Man, I'm riding next to Roy Rogers, and I'm after the bad guys. I thought I died and gone to heaven."
It was legitimately like your old heroes.
That definitely.
And then to be able to do that on the show, I remember that one. That was a good episode.
What was the first gig you landed when you got to Hollywood? Like the first thing you auditioned for and actually got?
Well, embarrassingly, the first piece of film I ever did, no, it wasn't porn. It was, it may sound like it, no. I did a movie called Straight Jacket. I played Joan Crawford's husband. And
Wow.
in my little town in Kentucky, they came from all the hollers all around down to this little theater. On the marquee, it said, starring Lee Majors in Straight Jacket, also starring Joan Crawford. And I packed the little theater, you know, and she chopped my head off with an axe before the credits came on. And that was the end of me. So
that was your starring role.
Oh, that was it. And then, of course, there was a couple of other guest spots I did where I got killed. Alfred Hitchcock, I got killed as a race car driver. I did the Gunsmoke, and Jim Arness shot me in the middle of the street. I never saw him. He was in Hawaii.
Oh, really? It was done later on?
He had been on that show so long that they had a double that would shoot over his back onto me, right? So and I would do my part with this double and get killed and fall in the streets. Well, he'd fly in from Hawaii a month later and stand there, and they'd get a shot of him back the other direction and a close-up. And he'd fire his gun, and that was it. He'd go back to Hawaii. You know, that's about the way he did all his shots.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Hollywood magic.
Damn.
So how was Joan Crawford? Because you hear, like, you know, that she was very difficult. Was she pleasant to you, or what would you see? Like,
she was a
rough one?
very, very tough lady. She had to have the set at about 48 degrees.
Wow.
Or lower, because she didn't want her makeup to run. So all the crew people were wearing their parkas around, and you could see the breath coming out.
Wow.
She was married to a guy who was the head of Pepsi-Cola.
Pepsi-Cola.
Oh, wow.
And they had a machine, but you still had to put 20 cents in to get the pop.
Did anybody say to her, "Hey, Joan, it's cold in here"?
No. Nobody said anything to her. No.
Probably not. No.
How were you when the $6 Million Man was by far the biggest show on television?
Mm-hmm.
Did you remember those moments and like try to be nicer to the crew? Like that was kind of.
Yeah, I learned. I also worked for another tough lady, Barbara Stanwyck, and she was really more my mentor than anybody else. And I learned to be on time. I want to tell you, be on time, know your lines, and keep your mouth shut unless you talk to.
Did you make the error of being late?
You were on that show too.
No, you kind of when you're working around someone, you kind of you absorb everything you can. And she knew that I was doing that, and she kind of took me under her wing and made it very nice for me. She helped me a lot.
I forgot you were on that show. Yeah. That was.
Well, we're doing the movie after the first of the year, The Big Valley, as a theatrical.
Yeah, Big Valley.
And I went in to meet the producer and director, and I said, I guess you want me to play my original part. And they said, no, we want you to play the father of your original part. That's full circle coming around there.
Yeah.
So I will start that next year.
That was it. I remember. Yeah, you were pretty young in that. How old
23.
were you? 23. Yeah. Working with Barbara Stanwyck. Oh, that.
Can I get back to the
guess.
$6 Million Man, because Stephen S. from Bayshore is a huge fan of the show.
Yeah.
And I want to see if this is true. He says, during the filming of an episode of The $6 Million Man, one of the carnival dummies turned out to be a mummified criminal? Is that true?
That's correct.
It was discovered when someone broke off its arm and saw bones inside.
Yeah, it was me. Well, it wasn't exactly me. I was with a makeup guy, and we were wandering around this. It was going to be a haunted house kind of thing down in Long Beach. And we're wandering around, and it was kind of dark, and we hit this. One of the guys hit this guy, the mummy's arm, and it kind of fell off. And it looked so real, like a bone. So we had to tell somebody we broke it. So that's when they found out, and they checked it out, and it was a real a guy. And I think he was a bank robber from Oklahoma. It turned out after they researched it. So
wow,
that was kind of spooky.
That is kind of creepy.
A little bit.
Would you say the Bigfoot episode is the biggest one of the six? That's the one.
Yes, everyone remembers. He was the biggest guy I ever ran up against.
Everybody remembers
that. Was
one.
Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant, the wrestler who played that, and I remember it was 110 in the sun, and we were out in the woods, and we were to do this big fight with him, and he had a six-pack sitting by his chair, which he would, before the shot, he'd grab a beer and just down it and crush the can. Down the next one. He did the whole six that way. And they said, okay, let's get this shot. So I'm going over, and yeah, nice. Oh, that's the mummy. Oh, anyway, I was going over, and he was supposed to pick me up and toss me a little bit. Well, he picked me up and tossed me about 10 yards.
Wow,
and I'm laying there, and then he's got to come and run and just dive and land on me, and I'm there thinking he's going to crush me.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the sun disappears. It's a black cloud, and here he comes, and I'm squinching up and waiting for it. And he didn't touch me. He did not touch me.
Oh, used some of his wrestling prowess.
Wrestler. Yes, he didn't touch me, but and then I watched him all day, and he never went to the bathroom. I couldn't understand.
Well, he had a suit on, so
maybe he was going in the suit.
Maybe not. I wouldn't want to dry clean that thing.
No,
he was legendary for his drinking too.
Yeah.
That guy knew how to put down his beers.
Yeah.
A 6-pack that was
nothing.
Yeah, he was just getting started.
Of course, I guess his kidney was the size of a basketball.
It had to be.
Did you? What were your feelings when you were doing so well with the $6 Million Man that they decided to bring on the Bionic Woman and make that into a series?
Well,
were you thinking like it's kind of going to dilute what we're doing over here? Or?
Well, let's go back to how that started, because
it started as a love story.
I did this $6 million for a couple of seasons, and I hadn't had a love interest.
Mm-hmm.
And I told the producers, look, I'm tired of looking at these hairy-legged guys walking around here in shorts, so I need to get a love interest on the show. Yeah. So that's when we wrote the thing that about a former girlfriend, a pro tennis player, and brought her into the show. And, of course, it was well received. And so we did another one, and then they decided to spin her off. So, it was... that one didn't bother me as much as then when they tried to do the Bionic Boy.
Right.
Did they? Which failed, thank goodness.
That.
Then they came and they wanted a Bionic dog.
Dog, right.
Max. And I said, no, you take Max, that Bionic dog, you take it over to Lindsay Wagner's show. I'm not having that dog on my segments.
They wanted a Bionic dog on your show?
Dog. Yeah, they wanted a Bionic dog on the show. And I said, well, not my show. You can take it over there.
Take it over.
Also wants to clean up after a Bionic dog. So you did? Was her show ever on the same level as yours as far as popularity?
I don't think
so.
Like
at that time?
Well, we were on 5 years. I think she was only on 2 seasons.
Yeah.
It didn't quite reach it. But amongst girls, young girls and stuff, she was quite popular. Yeah.
The Wonder Woman crowd, things like that.
Yeah.
What did you? I'm sure you've had to field so many of the ridiculous logistical questions of the $6 Million Man. As one of such as, you only weigh so much. How can you hold back vehicles? Your arm, bionic arm, has to meet flesh at some point. So why doesn't it just tear out? I mean, for years you've probably had to field those. What do you usually say?
Theatrical license.
Okay, that makes perfect sense.
That's the only answer you've got. It's a TV show.
Yeah. You know what would have been a great answer if you just took your coffee and threw it on them.
I would be honored, Jim.
Between that and going into bars and guys wanting to arm wrestle you, that was the worst. So I take it out of bars.
The guys really want to do that?
Oh, yeah. You want to arm wrestle?
Yeah. To show you, idiots.
Yeah, it's not real, dummy.
Did you, when they went into the syndication, the deals were different for actors back then, too. Like, do you guys at least see...
I make nothing.
Isn't that amazing?
I know. And the $6 Million Man has been used, that phrase, when they... but still further back, because now they make a heck of a lot more. But they're talking about signing a football player or a baseball player. Right. The new $6 Million Man. Everything was $6 million. I guess it's because it sounded good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I'm also happy. Of course, the other thing is I did have a piece of merchandising, and a little percentage of this or that, but. Universal's got good accountants.
Mm-hmm.
So they were always in the red. I don't think they've made a penny yet.
Never made a dime, right?
I hired those accountants, and I haven't paid taxes in 20 years.
I just can't seem to make any money. Yeah,
the doll, the $6 Million Man doll, though, I had that when I was a kid. I mean, that was
action figure.
Yes, come on.
What's wrong with
you? It's not a doll.
You're right.
You played with dolls?
Well, maybe I did, but for you it was an action figure.
It was an action figure.
Action figure.
Yeah, for me, my Barbie camper was empty. I needed somebody in it. Yeah, you're right, the action figure. Yeah, G.I. Joe kind of sucked. I always thought the $6 Million Man was better. So they obviously have you on board to do this. So hopefully they're taking care of you at least to help promote this box set.
Not really. No. I just wanted to do you guys' show. I love you guys.
Very cool.
That's fantastic.
He's going to do Oprah, too.
Are you really?
Yeah.
He's doing I'll be on Oprah tomorrow.
Is it her radio or TV?
Television show. Yeah, I was just in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
With her. It's a cute show. I know you won't watch it, but you should.
I would watch it for you.
I'd watch you on there.
That's how famous he is. Oprah's a cute show.
I know. Yeah, it's a cute little show.
It's a cute little show, that Oprah.
Yeah, absolutely.
She treated you well?
She treated me great. Yeah.
She gives good interviews, though. Like, I'm not a big Oprah fan, but, man, she really knows how to get information.
Yeah, people feel compelled to, I think.
She makes you
open up to her for
comfortable.
some
Oh,
reason.
all of a sudden you're
Well, this was a surprise
admitting everything.
kind of thing, and it's a fun show. So, and Garth Brooks was there, and we had a great time with him.
Oh, so we just
he
blew
did
the
a whole
surprise.
set.
Oh,
Did he?
really?
After even the
Wow.
show was over, he did a set. I mean, he
Guy just likes to perform.
He's
Yeah.
a sweetheart. He's back in Vegas now.
Oh,
what
really?
was the theme
Yeah,
of the
Vegas
show
now.
with you and Garth? Was it?
Well, I wasn't connected with him. It's kind of a surprise.
Okay.
I can't reveal it. You'll have to watch.
All right, tomorrow afternoon at 4:00.
We'll watch Oprah.
I should have
you go.
pretended I didn't
What
know when
else
she
you
was
gotta
on.
do?
You want to watch it together, Jimmy?
Yeah,
I would
in the
love
bar.
to.
Little
Yeah. We
Oprah
can eat
viewing?
bonbons like a couple of sissies. But I should have said, what is it, 3 or 4? But I was like, yeah, 4:00, Oprah, on the channel.
Anyway, remember, guys, this box is not available in stores.
Where do you get
A
it?
lot of people are going to go down to the video store and say, "Where's the thing?" They're not going to find it.
Well,
it's only online for 1 year.
I think we should put it in stores, no, Lee?
Well, it will be probably starting next year.
Okay.
But I mean, I would go down if I saw it's being released. I'd go down to the store and try to find it, but you can't. It's just Time Life has it for license for a year.
Okay.
And
Are you doing commentary and all that on this too?
oh, there's 17 hours of bonus
Commentary.
stuff on there. I did a 2-hour interview. I don't know what they
What they
had on
used.
there. It's probably stuff I probably shouldn't have ever said. But I haven't. I just saw it the other day. It's quite an attractive.
What's the website that they go to get it?
6mdm.com.
SIX
Thanks for asking.
MDM 6mdm.com.
Do you spell out 6 though?
SIX.
I can do the
Either way.
Probably
number
do it either way.
6.
Oh, they were
That
smart.
would be
They got
smart
both.
to
Okay.
do.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's pretty
both.
easy to remember. MDM.
Yeah.
If you can't remember $1 Million Man, you're not gonna understand. You're not gonna know what to do with this box. You're gonna try to eat it when it comes in the mail anyway.
Were there any scripts that you got
What, Dan?
that you read? And
It's
just
the
went
number
like,
6, by the
Oh,
way.
hold on, sorry. Yeah, it's
Number
the,
6
Number
MDM.
6
Number 6.
MDM.com.
Yeah, the speaking of
Some scripts you just kind of
yes.
went like,
well,
guys.
actually, this was one of them.
Really?
I was doing a lawyer series, Owen Marshall, Counsel at Law
Oh, yeah.
at University, and they sent me down this script called Cyborg, and I read it. And
yeah,
you
Cyborg.
got to remember, at the time, Batman and Robin was a very pop show. It was a very campy show.
Campy, right.
Where the slam, pam, bam, all that with the fights and stuff. And I'm reading this, and he runs 60 miles an hour, and he jumps tall buildings, and I'm going, I can't do this. If you're thinking about doing a camp show, I'm out. So
Right.
anyway, that was quickly. Of course, we did the first movie. It was pretty right on, but we did have it was maybe a little more edgy than it should have been, because we had a couple of New York actors, Darren McGavin and Marty Balsam, which were really good New York actors in that. They played it very intensely. And in the second movie we did, before we went to pilot, they changed the concept and went more to the James Bond kind of feel. Mm-hmm. And they even had a theme song, the $6 Million Man song, and it was sung by Dusty Springfield, and it was pretty jazzy. You know,
Really?
Yeah. You should check out the
And that's on
the second
there, yeah.
movie. The second movie in there that has that.
Oh, wow.
And so I was
That
getting a
song's
little,
probably
I was getting a
incredibly
little
bad.
embarrassed about the way the show was going. You know, I would be at a cocktail party on the Riviera in a tuxedo, and I go to the balcony. I would look out and see with a bionic eye, I'd see this yacht. And so nobody's looking. I would take my tuxedo off, turn it inside out, zip it up, and it's a wetsuit.
Wetsuit.
Then I'd take this little thing about a couple of inches and put it in your mouth, and it's supposed to make you breathe. So I'd dive in and swim about 20 miles to the boat. So it was a little too James Bondy and gimmicky for me. So when we went to series, I said, look, the only way I'll do this is let's make him more human. Let's don't do the bionics every 5 seconds. Let's just use them when they're needed, and make the guy human and have some relationship in the show. So that's the way we went.
Mm-hmm. And apparently it worked.
How long into it did you realize that this was a massive success?
When I finished it.
Oh, by the time you're done?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't out much during that time.
Really?
You were just a busy guy.
I was.
Damn.
I was busy.
Were they sad when you wanted to go, or was it a mutual parting of the ways, or were you like, look, I can't do this anymore?
I think everybody had their feel of it. And, I don't know if it had gone on any further at that point, but it was almost like the show that would never die, because we did 3 more movies after that. And I guess the last one we did, I mentioned this before, we did in '89. One of the reunion movies, we tried to make another Bionic Woman with this little actress who guest starred for about $2,500 for this 2-hour movie, and that was Sandra Bullock.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
And Sandra Bullock was there doing this stuff, and thank God it didn't go for her either. So you see what happened to her, which and it couldn't have happened to a better person. She was just a sweetheart. You knew she was going to be a major star.
And the movies are included in the box set.
Six movies, and the
that's
100 episodes.
Dude, this box set
great.
rules.
I didn't
It
know
is
that. I would
50
love to watch
pounds.
the movies,
It's heavy.
Usually
Yeah.
box sets suck. This is great. It's got.
Yeah, you could really crack someone over the head with
I
it.
wish there was an option to not make the noise because I'm trying to open it and it just keeps talking at me. It's like
it's good if you're lonely.
Yeah, but it's bad if you're trying to like watch this and like you don't want somebody to know you're watching it. It's like, what are you doing? Nothing. Oh, shit. Don't try to steal somebody's $6 million man.
Did I read somewhere where you didn't like the sound effects on the show or the famous?
No. They didn't bother me. When we first started doing the running part, they would speed the camera up, and it looked like Keystone Cop running.
Right.
So stupid looking.
Yeah.
We finally went to the slow motion, and adding those sound effects gave it more powerful look.
Yeah, it became sort of an iconic sound.
Yeah, where's that sound?
I go here. I went to the restaurant the other night down the street, and as I was walking through, you hear the waiters going.
Yeah, no. Yeah, people always do that. It really did
It's a
become part
compliment,
of
though.
pop
I take it as a
culture,
compliment.
Yeah, it's one of those things that people just, if you do that noise, everybody knows what you mean.
Knows what you're
Not that
doing,
you would just walk around doing that noise.
It might be a little silly.
Yeah,
Jimmy.
I do that while I'm having sex to make my girlfriend think it's going better than it actually is.
Going swimmingly.
Jimmy, what noise was that?
We can rebuild.
We can rebuild, yes.
What noise?
Well, with me, it would be we couldn't make him faster. Cause
Stronger.
Yeah, can you have the noise?
There you go.
It's like that's my childhood.
Yeah, that
Me
was the
sitting
big
in front,
jump.
me fitting in front of the TV.
Yeah, look at
fitting.
you.
I can't
You
say
turned
sitting.
into the little kid
Yeah, I'm the
again.
bionic ass. I can't speak properly. All right, so it's number 6 MDM.com for this box set, and it's like they give you everything: the pilot, TV movies, the entire series. It's not some shit box set like a lot of them are. This is the real thing. It's got everything.
Is that their own slug line?
What?
It's not any shit box.
I actually took that right off the box.
Coming from you, that sounds great.
It's a compliment.
But no, people buy a lot of stuff, and it's just like it's not what you want. This is fantastic.
It's got everything
very
you need
cool,
in
man.
there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Good Christmas present.
Yeah, it's great.
Perfect.
All right, well, thank you so
guys.
much. We have the great Lee Majors.
Absolutely, Lee Majors. Just a thrill. I got to get a picture.
Okay.
No, he doesn't do photos.
No photos. He
No photos.
doesn't like doing photos.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you. Lee Majors, everyone.
And now, the Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
Steve from Albany, New York writes, 70s Day on O&A. Walt Frazier, Lee Majors, and up next, musical guest BTO.
Ah. That was cool, man.
I like the
is
Lee Majors.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I just sound like an old lady.
Lee?
I didn't mean to say it like that. Gorgeous. His wife is gorgeous.
Yeah,
man.
she's a blonde, and she's sitting.
Wow.
She's sitting on his lap right now in a way that's making
Oh my God.
making us all
Oh, she
drool.
is gorgeous. Wow.
Hi, how are you? She's waving at us. Hey, hi, everybody.
We're all waving like
She
children.
is
Yeah.
beautiful. That encourages me in show business. It's like if you work really hard,
That's what you get.
that's who you marry. Wow. Fantastic.
At least 71, man.
He looks younger, man. He looks very good.
Looks good for 71.
But he looks like he doesn't take any shit either.
No guff.
No.
Yeah.
No, he's like a guy.
I felt like at any moment one of us could have got punched in the face.
Believe me, I didn't want to ask the wrong question.
We played it
Yeah.
straight with the guy, but I felt at any moment it could go just horribly wrong.
Yeah, get that box set careened off the side of your fucking face.
That 50-pound box set
Yeah, he's
right
picks it
into
up,
your head.
smashes you.
He was.
He's not a fan of the media.
Nah, you can see.
He goes, they're talking about Prince William, huh?
I've been watching westerns with him in it, and he's just kicking ass.
Bullshit.
No, I swear.
Guy who disagrees with everything.
But he was always, the rough and tumble, go into the bar room and just start kicking
Sure.
ass
Sure.
kind of guy.
How did he not know that he was so famous?
Maybe you just.
He was on a show where there were only like 4 channels, like he said. So if you had a hit, you had a major hit on your hands. And he goes, I realized after the whole thing was done taping, which took 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
Well, maybe
of that,
that's
and
just
then-
not important to
and
him.
then
I
the
don't
Fall
know.
Guy, and then he decided, get me the fuck out of Hollywood.
Who was the girl in The Fall Guy again?
Wasn't that Heather Thomas?
Heather Thomas, that's
was
right.
she in that one? And she was
That's right.
doing a lot of drugs, a little bit of cocaine.
How do you know that?
Well, it was documented. No, it wasn't Heather Locklear. Heather Locklear was on T.J. Hooker. Shut up.
Same show.
Shut up, dummies.
That was the same show.
Yeah.
Same show.
Yeah.
Lee's just sitting out there. Should he finish the show with us? I feel
No,
bad.
he's waiting for a.
He's waiting for another interview.
In 10 minutes.
He's staring at us intently. Are you guys listening to us?
Oh,
what was that?
Oh, that's my. I opened up the wrong website, and it's got like those bullshit cams.
Oh, I hate the
I
the
hate
fake
that
ones.
shit.
Hi.
Yeah.
And you look in and you're like, hi.
Hi, are you real?
Hi, let me
Are you
text
talking to me?
Hello, madam.
And look, she's right here in my town.
Right.
What a
She's waiting for
coincidence.
me.
I love the emails that you get like that too. Like, hi, saw your profile. It's like, I don't have a profile.
Yeah, what are you talking
That
about?
would require a chin.
What's the new scam that is popping up like crazy?
Or where a girl tells you that she doesn't have STDs.
Where they say
Yeah,
these
yeah.
people are searching you right now, and
Yep,
it's always
yep.
some hot fucking piece of ass.
I could
What's
probably
that scam?
find one right now on my email. The spam shit I get.
What is that? What is that scam all about?
So annoying. Why am I getting all kinds of Facebook alerts? I hate that shit.
Because someone's gonna.
No, but I usually
is someone
have them
inviting you
turned
to
off.
a pillow fucking
Have
fight
I
or
been
something?
poked?
I don't know Facebook too much.
Off. No, there's that like a new spam thing where it's like, hey, someone's looking for you, or, what is it for? Like dick pills or something?
I don't know.
Check out the exciting happenings. Hey, my best. I just brought some products from a business site. It's like, who is this?
Are you
and they get your name and your email address and everything.
Are you getting a lot of
do that.
solicitors on your phone, your cell phone these days?
Yes.
That has gone way the fuck up.
It's crazy.
My opening line now is kind of working a little bit.
Yeah.
Why are you calling me?
Yeah, you know.
They don't have much of an answer for that.
Oh, look at this one. See, here it is from Cheryl.
Oh, what's
that's
Cheryl?
nice.
Right to
Let's
me,
talk
it
to
says
Cheryl.
in big caps, the subject, I have been trying to reach you. And then it says, congratulations, and there's my email address. And then it says, President Obama pays you to go back to school. Click here to see if you qualify. I could get a Pell Grant, which provides up to $5,500 a year for me to go back to school.
Yay.
And other government programs.
You could get that diploma finally.
I could finally get that diploma and get a good job, a real job.
You think people getting fucked over by Cheryl when the wife grabs your phone?
yeah.
Who the fuck is Cheryl?
Who is this? Why is it? Yeah, right.
And you have to explain. Look, it's spam. I'm
And,
sure
and,
it's
and, the,
spam.
and then if the wife doesn't understand like computers,
sure,
you wouldn't be able to tell her what spam is and it's junk. Well, this Cheryl girl has to have had your email. It's like no, it's
No, that's
junk
not how
mail
it
that comes in.
works.
Oh,
Right.
junk mail? Like what? It doesn't. And you couldn't explain it because she would be inept. Wow, that is dangerous.
You think your ex would have been who the fuck is Cheryl?
Oh yeah,
because I don't think she was computer savvy.
No, she wasn't anything savvy. She didn't want me to get a cell phone. She wanted me to get a car phone in like the late 90s.
Who are you, Canon?
Yeah. Hello, mobile operator, get me 555.
I'll never forget. She got mad at me because I had a cell phone, which meant you had to get a cell phone, and I
Yeah.
was late to the cell phone party. And
I
she
was
didn't
real
want-
late.
She didn't want you to have a fucking cell phone. We're wheeling and dealing. We're becoming
Wheeling
big
and
radio
dealing.
stars in Boston. We need cell
Dealing
phones.
and dealing. And she was like, you're not getting a cell phone. She was probably right, because look what happened.
Is
A
that
cell
how it
phone,
started?
and that was it. No, it was, but she wanted me to get a phone in my car.
What are you,
Like
Canon?
with the little pigtaily antenna that sticks on there.
What did you say?
What are you, Canon? It wasn't Canon?
No, I just said that like a minute ago.
Oh, you did?
That's great. I didn't even catch it.
That has
Really?
to go into our We Don't Listen segments.
Yeah. That'll go in the
When
We
did
Don't
you
Listen
use that
segment.
reference?
Danny, how long ago?
Oh, my God.
It had to
I
be
got
at
the biggest-
least 87 seconds ago.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. I got the biggest douche chills right
Lee
now.
Major's wife is fucking really
Oh, she's
pretty.
a fantastic.
That's like
wow.
I can't stop looking now.
I know.
Something's going on because they've been together. What did he say?
16 years.
She can't be more than
She
30.
looks like 30.
What is
I
Lee
thi-
up to?
I think Lee was grabbing her out of high school.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hey, I'm Lee Majors. You want to come
Lee's a bad
get my
boy.
car? Get my car.
How old do you think she is? We're looking at her right
40
now.
to
Lee's doing
41.
it now,
Only
right
because
now.
he's been with her for so long.
I don't think so.
There's no way she's 41.
I don't see
She
her
looks
in
like
a
she's
forty.
maybe 30.
She's
She
in her
might-
30s.
She might be
Lee is
36.
71. And he's been with her 16 years, and she doesn't even look 30.
Maybe
man.
she's 36 or 35.
Dude, she had to be 19,
She's-
20 years
I
old
think
when they hooked up.
Maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Had to be.
Wow, what's that about?
What's that about? Because he can.
Yeah.
That's why you hook up. He has
Lee
always
Majors.
had hot women.
Ask her how old she is. I'm dying. How do we do it? Lee's in another interview. He won't. He'll never know.
No, I'm not asking her.
Danny's going to ask.
Ask how old she was when they got together. That won't be an age.
Oh my God!
Is it going to be a door open or door closed thing?
Door open. Go ahead. Quick.
You got to be respectful somehow.
Yeah.
Well, I was
just say, how old are you when
The guys are.
the guys are curious.
love you.
The guys love you. They
Least
just
that
want
we're-
to know,
and they're
how
big-
old were you when you
Yeah,
when you
and they're big Lee Majors fans, and they're so happy that Lee's so
when you got
happy.
when you got together with Lee.
Yeah.
So just got together or
Yeah.
age now also?
No, not
she'll
age
never.
now. We can
she'll
do the
never.
math.
We'll do the math.
We can
'cause
do
she'll
the
never
math.
do age now.
Yeah.
And you know she's going to lie about her age, so we'll pad it. We'll figure out the padding after the answer. Go ahead. Open. Keep the door open.
The guys on it. Go ahead. Go ahead, Danny. Come on.
Butter up.
The guys, they love the interview and everything. They were just curious. They don't want to get you on the air, but they were just wondering how old you were when you and Lee got together.
Well, as we said, he was 55.
In the 20 zone.
So I was 20 and he was
20. Wow.
Oh.
Holy shit! My heart
Lee
just.
Majors rock.
Yes.
Lee rules.
Lee
He's our hero.
We love Lee Majors
Lee
more.
rules.
Did your heart just stop for a second?
Yes.
I said that.
My heart just.
36.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. She's 36. He's 71.
Yeah, he was 55.
And she was 20.
She was 20.
That's
You
great.
gotta love Lee Majors.
Now we understand.
Lee Majors is my newest,
But
bestest
now we
hero.
understand why he didn't know how famous he was. He never left his house.
That's great. Yes.
Thank you.
Damn, man.
Oh, my God.
Dude.
Wait, he was 55. She was 20. She said.
Yeah.
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 Now we know why he doesn't give a shit.
She's
about
ridiculous.
Oh, she's gorgeous, man.
That's crazy. That's Lee Majors type fucking.
But that's what
woman.
happens when you become. That's like. That's not an actor level woman. That's like iconic. guy level woman.
He's part of
And
America.
she's not lying. You could IMDb her.
Nah.
She was born
Was she in-
1974.
Was she in some movies and shit?
She was born when $6 Million Man went off the air. I think went off the air.
Goddamn, come on, really?
Yes.
Oh, Lee is the king.
The,
Look, I know.
He had Farrah Fawcett. He has beautiful women, though, man. They just like his vibe.
Yeah, but dude,
No, it's about
that's
this
great.
and
You think?
and the
You think it's
wallet.
about that?
Yeah, Lee's packing.
Think Lee's packing?
Lee's got a fucking hog in his pants.
Holy
man.
smoke.
Thank God that worked out well. Danny was a little nervous. She was cool though.
Did you hear Danny like stumbling and
You stumbled a little.
when
bit.
you were like,
You got a little
the guys,
uncomfortable.
I was the one that asked.
the guys want to know that not on the air, but the guys wanted to, it was
The
perfect.
guys wanted to, yeah.
Funny as shit.
Holy shit.
It was a good one.
Lee Majors. When did the $6 Million Man go off the air?
I don't even know,
Dude,
but it
I
had
think
to be.
I had to be like just.
See, when it came on, it was 5 seasons, so
It was a '70s show.
It-
Obviously,
it was
it might have
definitely
made
70s.
80. I doubt it though.
it might have.
I would guess 70. I'm gonna guess like 78 or.
Someone's
9
saying like
went
in
off the air.
1980, they
78.
think it went off. 78.
$6 Million Man was off the air. It ran from 74 to 78.
So when it started, she was just
She was born.
She was born when he got the $6 Million Man job. He's the best.
Just gives me encouragement.
Oh, it's fantastic.
She was 5 when
Went off the air.
the show went off the air.
Oh my God, funny as fuck.
So
That
he was
is
35 when he got that
fantastic.
show.
Oh, has she done anything? Like,
I'm sorry. I'm looking. I just want to find his.
yeah. Just want to find his fuck.
I hate this. The new IMDb layout.
Yeah, I
It's
don't like it
fucking
either. It was so
confusing. I
easy
can't stand it.
to navigate.
Why do they do that?
Yeah, who fucking fixed it, Steve? Yes, hi, IMDb. I fixed your website. I made it unnavigatable.
Wow, there's some jokes coming in I can't even fucking
really?
go with. Hell no.
No, huh?
No.
Gonna be respect. Gonna show some respect. Look at that. Wow, holy shit.
She's done 2 things.
2 things.
2 things.
Scroll down though. Up. I'm sorry.
Can she see you looking at her in the...
Okay, there you go. Spin that around.
Mooner.
It's okay.
Nah, she's a lovely lady.
Yeah, let's
She
scroll
answered the
down.
question.
I gotta see
Yeah,
that.
she was cool.
The one picture is pretty good.
All right. Sorry.
It's okay. There you go. Yeah,
She looks like Tiger Woods' ex a little bit, right?
yeah. There's some
little
great
bit, little
pictures.
bit.
There's some great fucking pictures. We made it. Great. What a guy. He's my hero. Great. Aspire to be Lee Majors.
I wish we knew that ahead of time. We could have kind of got into that.
A little bit.
Sort of.
It's like,
right?
Lee, we were doing some math.
Is that your daughter outside?
Oh, God, he doesn't want to hear that.
No.
Oh, no.
36, 35. 35-year age difference.
That's fine. It's the way it should be in Hollywood.
It's perfect. Believe me, it's fine. Gotta love him. Gotta fucking love them Lee Majors. All right. We say we
open the door. I want to ask her one more thing.
No.
Could you open the door, please?
Oh, no.
You can't ask her.
No,
I just open the door.
I'm not opening the door.
Please?
No, not even to leave.
No.
No. Open the door. I just want to ask her something.
All right. I really don't want to do this.
Door's open. Excuse me.
Oh, I'm starting to get hot. Oh, I'm starting to get hot. Oh no, I'm gonna give up my virginity. I'm a sport. Maybe take a little cock right into my mouth. It must hurt. Maybe take it in the rear. Maybe bang me up the ass. That's what they call me. She's a freak. That's what they call me. She's a freak. What do you want me to do? I'm gonna be facing the wall. What do you want me to do? I've always wanted a juicy cock. Put it between the boobs. I'm into the TFing. Put it between the boobs. Put it in the tits. Put it in the tits. My favorite oral treats. My favorite eating cock. I'm hungry for a big, fat, juicy cock. After I whack your bag, whack your bag, whack your bag, whack your bag. Shoot your big wad of cum right into my mouth. That's what they call me. She's a freak. That's what they call me. Oh, God. After I suck you off, I want you to bang me up the ass. I'm hungry for a hard male cock. Stick your huge cock in my tight ass. That's scaring me. I take it in the rear. I'm a freak. That's what I was taught. I got a big juicy cock from Ben the other day. Oh, I like the banana. Oh, God. I like the banana. I'm a freak. I enjoy having sex with a guy. I enjoy cum in my mouth. I enjoy cock between the boobs. I enjoy cock in my tight ass. That's what they call me. She's a freak. That's what they call me. She's a freak.